The following is a presentation of Black Bear Sports Group. Watch the entire 2025-2026 United States Premier Hockey League season exclusively in the new home of USPHL Hockey, Black Bear TV. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Mount Clemens Ice Arena. We're located approximately 30 minutes northeast of Motown, Detroit, in Mount Clemens, Michigan, and it is a pivotal USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division matchup featuring the 10-time and defending USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division champions, as well as the 4-time Junior Hockey National Champions, the MetroJets, who will face off against the Columbus Mavericks. My name is Matt Preer, the voice of the MetroJets Hockey Club up high in the flight deck, alongside color analyst and Black Bear TV broadcast producer Matt Naiman. And Matt, first and foremost, a big thank you to you, as well as Zeke Fravor, the voice of the Toledo Cherokee, for filling in last weekend with the MetroJets Elite, Chicago Cougars Elite, and the MetroJets Development Program, Chicago Cougars Premier Games.
You mean the Chicago Showcase at Mount Clemens?
Pretty much. Seriously, a big thank you. For those that didn't know, of course, I was up at the 57th running of the International 500 Snowmobile Race up in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. Hated missing what amounted to 6 home games. But here we are back. It is the MetroJets and the Columbus Mavericks. And this matchup, Matt Naiman, you can make the argument on both clubs. This is the most important game of the season.
Oh, yeah. And if you look at, both these teams from last year to this year, completely different Columbus Mavericks team. Completely different. They can play, they give the Jets a run for their money. They've given Toledo a run for their money. So we know this is a team that can play some hockey. They picked up a few last-minute players, I guess you could say, for their playoff push. And, this is going to be a game. This is going to be a big game.
It really is. As we jump into the Troy Oral Surgery pregame show, for all of your oral surgery needs, from facial trauma reconstruction, oral pathology, pre- and post-prosthetic surgery, and more, Dr. Robert John, an oral maxillofacial surgeon, offers you full scope of oral maxillofacial surgical procedures. For almost 25 years of experience, Dr. John brings a unique combination of medical expertise, precision, and compassionate care to the practice. Learn more at TroyOralSurgery.com. So here's the lay of the land for these two clubs. The MetroJets currently second in the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division with a record of 33 wins, 6 losses, no overtime losses, 1 shootout loss. Good for 67 points. They're 4 points back in the division-leading Toledo Cherokee, but with 2 games in hand. They're going to play tonight, and then the Jets will travel down to Queen City Sportsplex in Cincinnati, Ohio, to take on the Cincinnati Cyclones. That'll catch up to Cherokee in games played. Should the Jets complete the weekend sweep, they'll move into a tie with Toledo for the lead in the Great Lakes Division. But the key component here, Matt Naiman, is that the MetroJets hold every single tiebreaker against the Cherokee.
Yeah, shots for against everything. That's where
season record, the first one.
That's where the Jets would have the advantage. But still, Toledo is not going to want to let that go. It's a big, 2 big rivalry teams right there. It's always a big game to watch. We love watching them play. Those 2 teams going head to head. It's either really close or one team's on it and one team's not. You just never know what you're going to get, but it's always really, really good hockey.
In addition to potentially moving to a tie for first in the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division, the Jets, if they go 2-0 this weekend, would also clinch that coveted first-round bye in the playoffs.
Yeah, which is always big. And to get that home ice advantage, that all plays a factor into those playoffs.
For the Columbus Mavericks, they come into the Great Lakes Division and in 4th, 29 wins, 10 losses, no overtime losses, no shootout losses, 58 points. They have an outside chance at catching the Red River Spartans for 3rd. But if you're the Columbus Mavericks, you know you're going to play. They've got a home ice advantage in the first round of the playoffs. They know that should they get through the first round, they're going to play either the MetroJets or the Toledo Cherokee. If you're the Mavericks, who do you want to play in that second round?
Well, that's a tough call. That's a tough call. Those are 2 real tough teams, but we've seen it throughout the season. If the Mavericks come to play, you're in for one heck of a game.
The Jets are 9-1-0 in their last 10 games, coming off a 6-game road trip where they finished that road trip 5-1. The Columbus Mavericks, winners of the last 4. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games. Let's meet the players making an impact throughout the course of the season. Beginning, of course, first with the MetroJets, and they're led by the undisputed captain of the MetroJets. And earlier today, before we went on the air, the winner of the 2026 Braden Lewis Memorial Award here with the MetroJets. He is the now 21-year-old from St. Clair Shores, Michigan, the number 15 of Jay Taylor. Taylor, 4 goals, 48 assists, 52 points on the season.
Yeah, Taylor's just an all-around great player. We've loved having him here, you know, and unfortunately he'll be aging out this year. He'll be moving on. But it was real nice to see Braden's family here today presenting the award. You know, we had I guess you could say it was our own private moment we had with the team. You know, it was a really, really cool thing. We'll be posting some pictures and whatnot with everything that went on there, so you guys can get online there and check it out as well.
And Taylor, the last current MetroJet to have shared the same ice with the late Braden Lewis.
Yep, and that's just, man, it pulls your heartstrings every time you have to talk about the family. You see the family and stuff we do. We have the memorial game every year for the Braden Lewis Foundation, and it's something that we're going to be pushing even more and more, because there's even more troubled teens and troubled youth, and those kids that are sick and whatnot, and that's what this foundation does. Helps them with gas to get to doctor appointments and bills and anything else that can help. That's what this foundation does. It's an awesome thing, so we'll be putting some of that stuff out for you guys as well.
Second on the team in scoring, wears number 20 for the Jets. The 19-year-old from Maribor, Slovenia, is Luka Pivic. Pivic is 1 point away from matching his point total from 1 year ago. So far this year, a team leading 27 goals to go with 25 assists, 52 points in the season.
Yeah, and having a 53-point season last year, you know, Luka Pivic, he's all-around good player, and I would more than expect him by the end of this season. I'd more than expect him to break where he was at last year.
Third on the team in scoring, he has matched his point output from 1 season ago. Wears number 33, the 20-year-old from Muskegon, Michigan, Jackson Stone. Stone so far 13 goals, 27 assists, 40 points on the season.
Yeah, and Stone, he's just he's one of those guys. He may go through a dry spell for 2-3 games, and then all of a sudden, here's 5, 6, 7 points in 3 games. I mean, he's just one of those guys, comes in spurts, but he's he's been an awesome addition to this roster.
Fourth on the team in scoring, wears number 3 for the Jets, one of the alternate captains, the 19-year-old from Grosse Pointe, Michigan. It's A.J. Zaccani. Zaccani, 24 goals, 14 assists, 38 points on the season. All that despite missing 10 games earlier in the year.
Yeah, and that just goes to show you, A.J., what he really could do. I mean, because you're looking at, how they play. That could be 0 points to 15 points just with the 10 games missing with the way he can play. So, excuse me, it's he's going to be one. We're going to see him adding on here to the end of the towards the end of the season into this playoff run for sure.
Fifth on the team in scoring is Ryan Glomboski. He is in the midst of serving a suspension. So fifth on the team in scoring amongst the players dressed. Wears number 89 for the Jets. The 20-year-old from Livonia, Michigan, Aiden Sharon. Sharon, 16 goals, 20 assists, 36 points on the season for the player who wears number 89.
Yeah, and he was one, during when we were watching him earlier, it was going to be interesting to see what type of player he was actually going to be out there on the ice. But once he got into game mode and got things going, Sharon, man, I'll tell you what, he's a player that can really, really, really turn it up out there on the ice.
And answering the call in goal here this evening, he wears number 82, the 20-year-old from Zvolen, Slovakia, and we have not addressed this. He has not played a home game since before the Tampa Showcase.
No, he has not.
We know him as Jakub Abcheka. That is his given name in Slovakia.
But we have been corrected.
We have been corrected. It's not a correction per se. He's here in the United States.
The English
He
version.
wants the English version of his name. So Jakub Abchera will answer the call and goal here this evening.
And I'm still getting used to that.
So am I. Abchera, 10 wins, 3 losses, no overtime loss, 1 shootout loss, a 192 goals against average, a 926 save percentage for Abchera. His last game came back on January 31st against the Buffalo Bearcats. riding a 3-game winning streak coming in to this game. How important is this game? Abchera in goal here this evening.
Yeah, and that just goes to show how important this game is. They're gonna take their top goaltender that they have. They're gonna put him in between the pipes. Now, don't get me wrong. All the goaltenders that this team has are good, but Jacob he's one of the diamond in the rough goaltenders that the Jets were able to acquire, and he's just an all around great kid. Your brother from another mother, child. You both have your shaved heads, you know.
Yes, indeed. And he's
just a great all-around kid.
He is 1-0 against the team to our left, who play their home games at the Ohio Health Chiller Ice Rinks North in Lewis Center, Ohio. It is the Columbus Mavericks, and they are led by the big man, the number 67, the 19-year-old from Newcastle, Pennsylvania, Giovanni Valentine. You talk about a great season. Valentine, 34 goals, 31 assists, 65 points on the season. Overall, he is tied for 18th in the league in scoring.
Yeah, and to believe with that amount of goals and everything that he's got to be at that spot, you know, it's just kind of unbelievable. I mean, that's a lot of points and a lot of goals in a season, but he's one of those guys that the Jets are going to have to look out for. They're going to have to keep him to the outside, keep him out to the perimeter, don't allow him in on the inside, get the sticks in the lane, block those shots, and sacrifice the body to get that done. And he's one of the guys you're going to have to do that to.
Second on the team in scoring, wears number 26 for the Mavericks. He is also from Newcastle, Pennsylvania, the 20-year-old. It is Brian McConaughey. McConaughey, 18 goals, a team-leading 36 assists, good for 54 points on the season for the player who wears number 26.
Yeah, and McConaughey, former Toledo Cherokee. So, we know Toledo doesn't just pick up anybody, right? They pick up guys that can play. So this is a guy you got to keep your eye on as well. Their whole first starting line are guys you can't let roam around the ice.
No doubt about it. Third on the team in scoring, wears number 14, third-year Columbus Maverick, the 20-year-old from Erie, Pennsylvania, Alexander Brown. Brown so far 16 goals, 17 assists, 33 points on the season. He's a little off of his point output 1 year ago, but still a key factor for this Mavericks team.
Yeah, I mean, not much. He had 15 goals and 25 assists last year for 40 points. So all in all, he's not all that far off. He can still grab it. So again, another one of those top scoring guys for this team that they got to keep an eye on.
Fourth on the team in scoring is Brian Savage. He is out due to an injury. So fourth on the team in scoring amongst the players dressed is another third-year Columbus Maverick. Where's number 15? The 20-year-old from Messina, New York, Thomas Eggleston. Eggleston, 10 goals, 22 assists, 32 points on the season. One of the key veterans on this Mavericks team. Where's number 15?
Yeah, he's one of the veteran players. Now, he had 57 points last year with the Mavericks, so he's quite a bit behind where he was last year. But that just goes to show you, too, if you look at the numbers, they got a lot of other guys scoring goals and getting assists as well. But Eggleston is going to be one of those players we're going to be calling here all night.
Fifth in the team in scoring amongst the players dressed, sixth overall. He's also the highest scoring defenseman on the roster. Where's number 71? The 17-year-old from San Jose, California, Ethan Zavella. Zavella, 8 goals, 22 assists, 30 points on the season. Just 17 years old. You think he's one of those 20-year-old age-outs?
Yeah, you look at his stats last year with the Ohio Blue Jackets, the U16 AAA. He had 64 games, 4 goals, 9 assists with only 13 points. If you look at where he's at this year, he has blown up compared to where he was last year. A huge improvement in this USPHL program.
And answering the call in goal here this evening, where's number 31 for the Columbus Mavericks, making his second start of the season? The 21-year-old from Halifax, Nova Scotia, Elliot Hartwick, making just his second start of the year for the Mavericks. He's 1-0 with a 1-0 goals against average, a .964 save percentage. Coming to the Mavericks just last week from the Air Sentinels in the Greater Ontario Junior Hockey League.
Yeah, so this actually, for the Jets and for the coaches and stuff, putting their lineups together and what they're going to do, that makes it very, very, very difficult when you got a goaltender like this that you really haven't seen. His record last year was an .882 save percentage, but then he's got what he has this season so far. So What are you doing with him? You know, how are you going to beat him? You don't know how he plays.
A key loss for the Columbus Mavericks is their starting goaltender, Jonah Little, the normal starting goaltender, out with an upper body injury. So Elliot Hartwick getting the call here this evening. As you have been listening to the Troy Oral Surgery pregame show. For all of your oral surgery needs, from facial trauma reconstruction, oral pathology, pre- and post-prosthetic surgery, and more, Dr. Robert John, an oral maxillofacial surgeon, offers a full scope of oral maxillofacial surgical procedures. With almost 25 years of experience, Dr. Robert John brings a unique combination of medical expertise, precision, and compassionate care to the practice. Learn more at TroyOralSurgery.com. Coming up next, Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop pregame interview. Locations throughout the Metro Detroit area, including one less than a mile down the road from us here at MCIA. Get your morning started right for a quick pick-me-up during the day. That's Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop. Standing to my left, assistant coach, an old friend of mine from my Columbus Mavericks days, assistant coach for the Columbus Mavericks, Alex Toth. And Alex, first, my man, always good to see you. You and I have a little history, as some may, especially those down in Lewis Center, Ohio, know you're probably other than Joey Rechtenwald himself, you're the last link to my time with the Columbus Mavericks, the first 2 years of the franchise existence.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to be back. I mean, this place is home for me. Columbus will always be home for me. This organization holds such a special place in my heart, being an alumni and now on the staff. I just can't say, and just watching them build it up, I can't say as many great things as I want to say about them.
Columbus has had just a wonderful season. They're flirting with the best record in franchise history this year. What has been some of the key turnarounds for the Mavericks this year compared to the last couple?
I mean, I think it starts at the top with Coach Joey. I mean, he's done everything. He's the heart and soul of the program. He's built it up in his image as a blue-collar hockey team, as he likes to put it, and just preaching to the guys to do things the right way, do the little things right.
You're a goaltender. You were a goaltender back in the day with the Mavericks. Of course, I was a goaltender when I played. So let's talk about the goaltending a little bit. Elliot Hartwick gets the call here tonight. Jonah Little out. Big game for young Mr. Hartwick.
Yeah, I mean, he's a veteran. He was in the GO this past year, so he's been around a lot. He's been a dude in that league. Like, he was an everyday guy. So he's going to rise to the occasion. He knows that he's a great goalie, and he's done nothing but great things since he's come in.
The entire United States Premier Hockey League, especially in the USPHL Premier Division, knows all about Giovanni Valentine. He is a special player, to say the least. What can you tell us about Giovanni that perhaps the crowd, the fans tuning in, they don't know about him?
He's a funny one. He's always good for a couple zingers here and there. So he's he's a really good kid. So
you guys are battling with the Red River Spartans for the number 3 seed in the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division. Safe to say you're big fans of the Chicago organizations this weekend, aren't you?
Yeah, big Chicago fans this weekend, but, we like to handle business ourselves, and even whatever happens, we're focused on what's here in Columbus right now.
And one of the big things with the Columbus Mavericks, it's throughout the league, the people are talking, and what have you. The Mavericks have really come on strong this year. Walked into Team Toledo Ice House in Toledo, Ohio back in October. Notoriously one of the toughest places to play in the USPHL Premier. Walked out of there with a victory. And the long-awaited first-ever victory against the MetroJets back in October down at Ohio Hell Chiller Ice Rinks North. What has been the turnaround for the Mavericks?
I think it's just a belief. Like, it's just believing in ourselves, believing in the group in the room. I think that's been the big thing, is that everyone believes that we can do it, and we have shown it this year. So it's continuing that belief in the playoffs this year.
Big game tonight. Matt and I were talking during the Troy Oral Surgery pregame show. You can make the argument that this is the biggest game of the season. Same with the Mavericks?
Probably, yeah. This is probably a national championship preview, honestly. Like, I was thinking driving to the rink here today that anyone in this division can win the national championship. Like, there's the top 4 are the top 4 for a reason, and any 4 out of this division can go and show that they can win a national championship this year.
It's hard for people outside the Great Lakes Division to know how tough the Great Lakes Division really is until you've truly experienced it. With all due respect to the teams in the Atlantic, the Southeast, the North, the Pacific, the Northwest, all them guys, it is a different breed in this Great Lakes Division, isn't it?
Yeah, it's blue-collar hockey. You have to do the little things right to win. Some of the other divisions, you can kind of skate by floating and doing some things kind of not the right way. Here, if you don't do things the right way, you're going to get exposed, and you're going to get exposed quickly.
What do the Columbus Mavericks have to do tonight to leave Mount Clemens, Michigan with a W?
Just play fast, do the little things right, get pucks deep, manage pucks well at the blue lines. Just the little things we've been harping on at practice.
Well, every time the Columbus Mavericks here, whether we have you or up here, or Derek Henderson or Joey, sometimes when he comes up here, there's always a soft spot in my heart for the Columbus Mavericks. The success wouldn't be there for myself personally if it wasn't for the Columbus Mavericks giving me a chance. So I have a soft spot in my heart for the Mavericks, except when they play the red, white, and blue now. But when they're not playing the Jets or MJDP, I promise you, I'm one of the biggest Columbus Mavericks fans there is. It's great to talk to you again, Alex. Always great to see you, my man. Good luck tonight.
Thanks. You too, Mark.
Alex Toth, your assistant coach for the Columbus Mavericks. Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop pregame interview. We'll step aside, take a short timeout, come right back for pregame ceremonies and opening drop the puck. You're watching MetroJets hockey live exclusively on Black Bear TV. And welcome back to Mount Clemens Ice Arena. We're located approximately 30 minutes northeast of Motown, Detroit, in Mount Clemens, Michigan. Some Friday Night Lights, hockey style, here at MCIA. A pivotal USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division matchup between the MetroJets and the Columbus Mavericks. My name is Matt Preer, the voice of the MetroJets Hockey Club upon the flight deck. Alongside color analyst, Black Bear TV broadcast producer Matt Naiman. Tyler Naiman, as always, had the controls of the camera. And a little bit later on in the program, you'll hear from Mount Clemens Figure Skating Club on Ice reporter Sarah Vassar, who will be talking to the players making an impact in tonight's game. A member of the United States Figure Skating USFS, whether your focus in figure skating is individual, competition, testing, or recreational, MCFSC is for you. All these opportunities, as well as becoming a part of the spirited family of figure skating, are available to you when you become a member. Let's jump right into the Golden Greek scratches for the game. Before and after the game, located right across the street from MCIA, the official restaurant of the MetroJets Hockey Club. We went to Golden Greek tonight before the game. Scratches first for the Columbus Mavericks. Scratch number 5 of Liam Wade. Also scratch number 7 of K.O. Flaherty. Scratch number 17 of Jacob Smith. Also scratch number 8 of Ori Moss Rendell. Scratch number 22 of Brian Savage. Scratch number 27, Dylan McKessie. Scratch number 51 of David Claus. Also scratch number 35 of Jonah Little. And scratch number 88 of Aaron Gallant. Add number 31, Elliot Hartwick. For the MetroJets, scratch number 4 of Jake Blum. Also scratch number 7 of Aiden Hartzell. Scratch number 21 of Enric Fournier. Scratch number 30 of Philippe Hall. Scratch number 51 of Ryan Glomboski. Scratch number 63 of Ryder Novak. Add number 26 of Jaden Provencher. And add number 35 of Lucas Larson. Coming up here in just a few minutes, it'll be the Metro Junior Jets Hockey Organization starting lineups. The Metro Junior Jets, Mount Clemens Hockey Club, offer Little Jets Learn to Skate program, house and travel hockey programs for girls and boys. The Junior Jets are also the only organization in Michigan that fields a parent junior A hockey program. Matter of fact, there's 3 of them here at MCIA. A true development ladder of some of the most experienced coaches in Metro Detroit. It is the Metro Junior Jets Hockey Organization. Bit of a milestone reached today between these two clubs, as this will be the 40th all-time meeting between these two clubs. Of course, the Columbus Mavericks coming into the league in the 2019-2020 season. The Jets, all-time against Columbus, 38-1-0-0 is the record. By contrast, the Mavericks record 137-1-0. But this isn't the same Columbus Mavericks team we remember. They have had a wonderful, wonderful season in arguably one of the toughest divisions in the USPHL Premier, the Great Lakes Division. And this is a pivotal game for both clubs. The Mavericks currently sitting 4 points back of the Red River Spartans with a game in hand in the battle for third in the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division. As we mentioned at the top of the Troy Oral Surgery pregame show, a win today by the Jets and a win Sunday in Cincinnati would give the Jets a coveted first round bye, a free pass into the second round of the playoffs. The Mavericks, they have an outside chance at getting up to second in the Great Lakes Division, but they need a lot of help in doing so. If the playoffs were to start today, the Columbus Mavericks would host the Battle Creek Colonels in the first round of the playoffs, while the Red River Spartans, who are third currently, would host the Fresh Coast Freeze in the round 1 playoffs, with the winners playing the Metro Jets or the Toledo Cherokee in round number 2. Also, within our Metro Jets Hockey Club stable, a final from Summit Ice Center in Lockport, Illinois. The Metro Jets Elite skating to a 3-0 shutout victory over the Fort Wayne Spaceman Elite. Brendan Dreisbach picking up his 4th shutout of the season, stopping all 28 shots he faced. Let's get to the Metro Junior Jets Hockey Organization starting lineups. And first for the visitors, out of Lewis Center, Ohio, the Columbus Mavericks. Starting in goal, the 21-year-old from Halifax, Nova Scotia, the number 31 of Elliot Hartwick. On defense, the 21-year-old from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the number 6 of Evan Singer. And alongside him, the 18-year-old from Cologne, Czechia, the 55 of Dennis Hornet. Starting at center, the 20-year-old from Newcastle, Pennsylvania, the 26 of Brian McConaughey. On his left wing, the 17-year-old from Johnstown, Ohio, the 61, Carter Holbrook. And on the right wing, the 19-year-old from Newcastle, Pennsylvania, the 67 of Giovanni Valentine. General manager, head coach of the Columbus Mavericks is Joey Rechtenwald, his third season behind the bench, all 7 seasons as team owner and president. For the MetroJets, in goal, the 20-year-old from Zvolen, Slovakia, the number 82 of Jacob Upchera. On defense, the 19-year-old from Clinton Township, Michigan, the number 9 of Isaac Bunk. And alongside him, the 20-year-old from Essex, Ontario, Canada, the 44, Tyler Fleming. Starting at center, the 20-year-old from Muskegon, Michigan, the 33 of Jackson Stone. On his left wing, the 19-year-old from Maribor, Slovenia, the 20 of Luka Pivets. And on his right wing, the 20-year-old from Lakeport, Michigan, the 14 of Sutton Majeski. Head coach of the MetroJets is Jamie Lovell, his 10th season behind the bench for the red, white, and blue. As the PA voice of the MetroJets, Matt McKinder, introducing the starting lineup to the crowd on hand here this evening. Friday Night Lights, USPHL Premier style. As we get set to go, as we'll stand by and pause for the playing of our national anthem. Pre-game ceremony is complete. National anthem is played. It's time to play some USPHL Premier Hockey on a Friday night here in Mount Clemens, Michigan. Your referee is Rob Denbeck. The linesmen are Dan Alexi as well as Rob Vanderlinder. And we have a very special presentation here at center ice just below us. Adam and Kristen Lewis, the parents of the late Braden Lewis, earlier today in a special ceremony, handing out the 2025-2026 Braden Lewis Memorial Award, representing the spirit and dedication of the late Braden Lewis. His number hangs from the rafters, wears number 47. This year's winner, the captain of the MetroJets, Jay Taylor, your winner of the 2025-2026 Braden Lewis Memorial Award here with the MetroJets. As a ceremonial face-off, we with Jake Taylor as well as Thomas Ashley occurring right below us. So congratulations to Jake Taylor and Matt Naiman. He joins a pretty select group. Yarny Veerwick, the inaugural winner from the 2023-2024 season. Last year, Jack Noonan, the winner in the 2024-2025 season. And now Jake Taylor, the last player to have played, shared the same ice with the late Braden Lewis. Jake Taylor, the winner of the 2025-2026 Braden Lewis Memorial Award.
Yeah, Taylor's the last guy to play with Braden, but he'll forever be here with us at Mount Clemens and with the Jets.
No doubt about it, and here we go. We made the case in the Troy Oral Surgery pregame show. Assistant coach for the Mavericks, Alex Toth, made the same play arguably the biggest game of the season for both clubs right here. Face off, and here we go. Peeves trying to send the puck into the zone. Picked up there by Giovanni Valentine. Valentine trying to send it across to Dennis Hornet, wearing number 77. Shot there off the backside of Luka Peevitz. And Tyler Fleming trying to keep the puck in, and he does. Backhand shot looking for Majewski. Found Hornet instead. A.J. Zaccani trying to dig it out. And picked up there by the 61 of Carter Holbrook. Holbrook dumps the puck in. Picked up by Isaac Bunk. Pressured there by Giovanni Valentine. Isaac Bunk grabs it. A little too far for Zaccani. Ethan Zavello with a shot was blocked and steered it over to the side of the net. Majewski had it. Couldn't keep it in. Couldn't get it out. Kept it by Fleming. Over to Zavello. Sends it over to the corner. Met there by Isaac Bunk. Picked up by Jackson Stone. Now to A.J. Zaccani. Zaccani's got speed. Zaccani with a shot off the crossbar. Oh, right off the get-go. A.J. Zaccani rings it off the iron. And Jay Taylor now to Jaden Provencher. Provencher will send the puck in. Provencher, Matt Naaman's been bouncing around between all three MetroJets hockey clubs this season. Today, back with the main club here this evening.
Yeah, Provencher's just one of those guys. I mean, he can be really good. He can be a big asset, which is why he's the one player that they can toss around. But they don't have much longer to do that, as those rosters got to be locked in.
Yes, indeed. That roster freeze coming up here in just a few days, as Zavella will send it across. Quick pass there by Jamison Matika. Matika, one of the 5 new players on this Columbus Mavericks roster. A shot there blocked away by Provencher, as Matika had a wide open net. And now puck comes across over to Timothy Boyd. Boyd now sends it up to the 20 of John Sebastian Vancura. Vancura picked off there by Chase Martin. Martin off the board looking for Altman. As Ashley skates down, icing the call. 17:58 to go here in period number 1.
Yeah, the one big thing that I've noticed with the Columbus Mavericks from last year to this year, they got some size to them this year.
Oh, they do.
They got some big boys out there this year.
A couple key pickups for the Mavericks here. Late in the year, Tucker Kinnear wears number 92. And Evan Singer wears number 6. As Apchera makes the save. Both coming over from the Elmira Impact. Tucker Kinnear, the leading scorer for the Impact before coming to the Mavericks. He is definitely one to watch, as he has now played 4 games. This will be game number 5 for Kinnear, who's on the ice with Ethan DeFore, the former Colorado Fighting Elk, as well as Thomas Eggleston. DeFore also seeing time with the St. Stephen County Moose in the NCDC. Backhand shot by Eggleston goes up high and wide. Picked up by Eggleston, knocked away there by Daniel Luska. Luska now will grab it. He'll send it across, looking for Badurka. Found Gabe Altman instead. Altman with the puck. He'll set it back in the corner for Badurka. Lets it go, and picked up by Thomas Ashley. Ashley around the boards for Thomas Eggleston. Puck goes out in the neutral zone. Chasing after is Isaac Bunk. Tucker Kinnear is right there. Bunk got it out with a little bit of help from Noah Badurka. Now Sandro Evangelista comes across with it. Over to Evan Cote. Cote pressured there by the 6 of Evan Singer. As he wraps it around the boards. Was met there by Owen Coulter with a little bit of help from Joel Patterson. And now picked up by Hornet. And as Hornet had it knocked away and picked up by Isaac Bunk. Bunk now with a shot up high and out of play. And a lucky fan from St. Clair Shores, Michigan, going to pick up a souvenir puck. No score. It's underway. MetroJets, Columbus Mavericks.
Speaking of score, Matt, that elite game.
Yes, indeed. 3-0 shutout. Brendan Dreisbach picking up his 4th shutout of the season, stopping all 28 shots he faced. Pivotal game for the Jets Elite. That big win over the Fort Wayne Spaceman Elite at the Chicago Mini Showcase. Kept in by Tyler Fleming, who sends it over into the corner. Evan Singer grabs it and had it knocked away into the neutral zone. Tyler Fleming will grab it. Over to Luka Peevitz. Peevitz now will bring it in. On the line with Sutton Majewski and Jackson Stone. Peevitz turns, feeds it over to Tyler Fleming. Fleming over to Isaac Bunk. Bunk with a shot. Save there by Hartwick. Picking it up here is the 13 of Ian Buswell. Peeves able to keep it in. A little bit of help from Sutton Majeski. Majeski through the legs of the 21 of Zach Rathbun. Started the year with the Connecticut Junior Rangers. Picked up by Alexander Brown. Knocked to the ice by Isaac Bunk. And a penalty coming to the Jets. And that'll put the Columbus Mavericks on the power play for the first time today. They're pretty good. 14th best in the league. 25.37%. 34 power play goals and 134 opportunities to man advantage. While the MetroJets, 14th best on the penalty kill. 87% have scored 7 shorthanded goals. So for the first time tonight, the MetroJets go and they take it to the mat. Michigan athlete training penalty kill. Valentine wraps it around the boards, picked up by Eggleston. Knocked away by Aiden Sharon. Sharon able to keep it in, knock it out over to A.J. Zaccani, who sends it down into the corner. Met there by the 31 of Elliott Hartwig. Hartwig over to Evan Singer, pressured by Zaccani, who takes it away. And here comes Zaccani, pressured by Giovanni Valentine. Gets a little bit of help from Evan Singer. Singer now to Carter Holbrook. Lets it go for Eggleston. Eggleston off a couple of legs over to Giovanni Valentine. Valentine wraps it around the boards. The 26 of Brian McConaughey. McConaughey now to Singer. Singer back over to Valentine. Back over to McConaughey to Singer with a shot. Bouncing puck. Pass saved by Upchera. Comes back to McConaughey. McConaughey knocked away by Aiden Sharon. Sharon with a little bit of help from Zaccani, who sends it down into the Maverick zone. 1 minute remaining in the power play. 14:45 to go here in period number 1. No score between the MetroJets and the Columbus Mavericks. Evan Singer, quarterback in this power play. The 21-year-old from Pittsburgh feeds it up to Ethan Alexander. Alexander coming over from the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners in the Northern Ontario Junior Hockey League. Shot there, save made by Upchera. Boy, Jacob Upchera has had to go to work here this evening in the early going of this one. And Luska couldn't get it out. Kept in by Zavella. Zavella sent it across with a shot. Bouncing puck, knocked out. Kept in by Zavella. Zavella feed it across, looking for Matika. Jamison Matika wrapped up and picked up by Noah Baderka. Knocked to the boards. And penalty coming. Gabe Outman going to go after it, but Harba's going to collect. And a penalty coming with 9 seconds left in the power play. So the Mavericks will head to the box. Jan Sebastian Van Cura. A 2-minute minor for boarding, and that could have been a lot worse than just a 2-minute minor.
Yeah, he's lucky he was as close as he was when he did that. So it was a boarding call, but it's not like he ran him from that far away, which is why you're only seeing a 2-minute instead of a 5.
So we'll skate 4-on-4 for the next 9 seconds before the Jets go on their first MetroJets Foundation power play of the day. Cote with the puck. Puck deflected over to Luka Peevitz. Peevitz now to Jackson Stone. Stone with a shot was blocked by Ashley. Picked up by Evan Cote. Cote now to Stone. Jackson Stone over to Peevitz, top of the face-off circle to a wide open Jackson Stone to Peevitz with a drive, and Hartwig steers it aside. Peevitz comes back with it, put it in his own rebound. Over to Evan Cote. MetroJets' third best power play in the entire USPHL Premier. 29.2%. Scored 33 power play goals and 113 opportunities to man advantage. Taylor now back over to Peevitz. Peevitz now send it across over to Jackson Stone. Stone bouncing puck. Goes over the top of the net. Columbus 39th best in the penalty kill. They got work to do before the playoffs. 82%, but they have scored 6 shorthanded goals. That is something to keep an eye on. Coming across to Peevitz, who wraps it around the boards with Jackson Stone. Still 50 seconds left. Here in the power play, picked up by A.J. Zaccani. Zaccani with Aiden Sharon on his right elbow. Zaccani through everybody with a shot. Hartwig with a save. Picked up by Zaccani. Off the rebound. Grabs it away. Send it over to Jackson Stone. Stone cross ice passes Sutton Majeski. Majeski over to Daniel Luska. Luska now with the puck at the blue line. Surveys. Feeds it across the Stone. Top of the faceoff circle. Through the screen. Shot save made by Hartwig. Aiden Sharon right there at the doorstep. Luska with a shot was deflected wide. Comes back over to Sutton Majeski. Majeski now cross ice. Hops over to second Jackson Stone. Now back over to Luska. Couldn't keep the puck in. That's just going to about do it for this power play. One more opportunity perhaps As Luska now feeds it over to Noah Badurka. Badurka will bring it in. Badurka, the 19-year-old Batoski, Michigan, had it knocked away. Both power play is over. Both teams back to full strength. So both teams 1 for 1 in the penalty kill. Bouncing puck picked up by Sutton Majeski. Looks for Badurka. Knocked on the puck there by Ethan DeFore. Back over to Badurka. Wraps it around the board to Chase Martin. Martin over to Isaac Bunk. Bunk with a shot off the skate of Aiden Sharon. And here come the Mavericks the other way. Thomas Eggleston will send it in. Chase Martin will go after it. Pressured by Eggleston. Gets a little bit of him, Isaac Bunk. Not out. Kept in by the 28 of Luke Fleming. Over to Ethan DeFore. Isaac Bunk grabs it away from him, and now Bunk will bring it out himself. Jets go for a partial line change. Majeski goes after it. Zavella gets there first. Sends it over to Luke Fleming. Fleming behind the net. Over to Zavella. Now Zavella feeds it under Brian McConaughey. McConaughey now brings it in with a shot. Patted away there by Jacob Upchera. And here come the Jets back the other way. Jaden Provencher over to Gabe Outman. Outman will bring it in. And offside, the call. 10:49 to go. 10:48 make it here in period number 1.
Well, so far this game is just turning out exactly the way we thought it was going to be. We told you this is a completely different Columbus Mavericks team, and it's showing right now.
Face off at center here, just to our left. Picked up by Valentine. The draw win there by Jackson Stone. Stone over to Jake Taylor. Taylor, the winner of the 2025-2026 Braden Lewis Memorial Award. And now in his 3rd year. Now picked up by McConaughey. McConaughey will bring it in. Steps out, fires, saved by Upchera. Here comes Jaden Provencher, who grabbed the rebound. Knocked away by Valentine, looking for the tip by McConaughey. And it comes back to Jake Taylor. Taylor now sends it to the neutral zone. Valentine now over to Zavella. Zavella sends it in. Hops over to stick of Upchera. Jake Taylor grabs it. Backhanded, but not out. Kept in by McConaughey. McConaughey wraps it around the board. Luka Pivot's going to get there first. Over to Timothy Boyd with a shot. Upchera with a save. Taylor wraps it around the boards for Luka Pivot. Pivot's now to Jackson Stone. Stone brings it in. He'll fire it down into the Maverick zone. Thomas Ashley will grab it. Pressured there by the newest MetroJet, Lucas Larson. A little bit more on him later. As Ashley sends it across over to Timothy Boyd. Back over to Ashley. Gabe Outman takes it away. They battle behind the net. Outman goes after it. Bet there by Ventura. Outman across behind the net to Matika. Matika pressured by Evangelista. Jameson Matika kicks it over to Timothy Boyd. Boyd now to the 20 of Ventura. Trying to find Ethan Alexander. Instead found Gabe Outman. And Matika will bring it in. Pressured by Owen Coulter. Matika had it knocked away. Was looking for the pass to Alexander. And it comes back to Daniel Luska. Back over to Alexander. Lost in his skates. Over to Boyd. Boyd with a shot. Off the shoulder. Off the helmet of Jacob Upchera. Who makes a save? Another shot. Off bouncing puck and he score. John Sebastian Ventura has opened the scoring for the Columbus Mavericks. And Ventura, the 19-year-old from Praha, Czechia, his 13th goal of the season. And the Columbus Mavericks strike first. They lead 1-0. We got a couple minutes up here joining us in the broadcast booth. Adam Lewis, the dad of the late Braden Lewis. Adam, first and foremost, it's so good to see you and Kristen again.
Yeah, it was nice. To come up and give her a little presentation to the from Braden's memorial and just see the rink and all you guys as well.
Want to bring you up here to the flight deck for a little bit. A little different view up here, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Columbus taking a 1-0 lead, and here comes the 14 of Alexander Brown, and it knocked away by Isaac Bunk. Brown will bring it in. Pressured by Bunk. Now over to Evan Cote. Kicks it up to Noah Badurka. Badurka now to Joel Patterson. And Patterson sent it to the Maverick zone. John Sebastian Ventura picking up the goal. His 13th of the season from Jameson Matika. That came to 10:55 to give the Mavericks a 1-0 lead. The Mavericks out shooting the Jets 8-6 so far with 8:10 to go here in period number 1. As Aiden Sharon now with the puck. Sent right back in by Alexander Brown. Adam, it seems to us here in the MetroJets hockey organization that Jake Taylor was an obvious choice for this year's award.
Yeah, I think he had come up and visited Braden a couple times when he was sick as well, and I think he was saying that JT was saying it was, his first game was against Columbus with Braden, so it was kind of a little trip down memory lane for him as well.
Hartwig makes the save, and of course Jake Taylor, the last player to share the same ice. That's a current MetroJet with your late son.
Yeah, makes you kind of feel old, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, the Lewis family, you guys, you and Kristen, you guys are just absolutely wonderful people. It does the heart good to see you guys again.
Yep.
I know this is a big day for you. I wanted to bring you up just for a few minutes and put the headset on you just for a couple minutes.
Yep,
and,
No, it's good. I appreciate that. It gives me a little voice here to kind of mention the Jets organization, yourself and Q and Jamie, and just continuously giving back and holding Braden's name there. And he kind of does a little spiel with the boys about what Braden represented to the world and the team itself.
Tucker Kinnear with a shot goes up high and wide. Picked up by Aiden Sharon. Sharon had it knocked away by Thomas Hasley and deflected out of play. And a lucky fan from Macomb, Michigan, going to pick up a souvenir puck. We quiz everybody where they're from, so we know exactly who gets a puck.
That's good. It's good.
But thank you so much.
Yep.
You guys know, you and Kristen both, you guys are once a Jet, always a Jet. It applies to you guys as well.
Yep, absolutely.
And it's so good to see you guys again. Please travel safe on the way home. And as I said, I just wanted to get you up here just for a few minutes.
We'll do. Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you very much, brother. 1-0 score. Picked up by Valentine with a shot up high. There's a shot. McConaughey steered away by Upchera. Puck brings it out and picked up by Jackson Stone. Stone sends it across. Almost sent Sutton Majeski on a break. Picked up by Luka Pivets. Pivets now on the puck. Over to Chase Martin. Martin has a lot of room. Fires off the blocker of Hartwick and into the netting and out of play with 6:21 to go here in the first period. Matt Naiman, the Columbus Mavericks came to play tonight, didn't they?
Oh, they did. That's exactly what we were talking about before. It's a completely different team than what we saw in the past years. And, it's great to see these teams that have built up, have gotten better, and create challenges for the teams. The Jets and Toledos of the USPHL, they're just known to be good teams. And it's nice to see that these other teams have built up and are just getting better, making the league that much better as well.
For sure. And these two teams are going to be, not only are they rivals in the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division, but beginning next year, the 26-27 season, they're going to be rivals in that National Collegiate Development Conference, NCDC Midwest Division, next year as well.
Yeah, and so that's going to be really interesting to see how all this plays out, scheduling, and I'm really looking forward to that next year. I really am.
John Sebastian Ventura, his 13th goal of the season from Jamison Matika. That came at 10:55 to give the Mavericks a 1-0 lead here in the first period. Back over to Isaac Bunk with a shot, and Hartwick makes a save. Let's meet Elliot Hartwick, the Columbus Mavericks goaltender. His second start in the Mavericks uniform. He's 1-0 with a 1-0 goals against average, a .964 save percentage. His one start in the USPHL Premier came against the Cincinnati Cyclones back on February 6th. As Hardwick stopping 27 of 28 shots he faced in the Mavericks' 10-1 victory over the Cyclones just a week ago today on February the 6th.
Yeah, and he's playing like he is that goaltender with that .964. He's playing like it, just like when we had alluded to in the pregame with having a 4.08. That this is not the same goaltender that was there.
Lucas Larson with a shot, he scores! Welcome to the MetroJets, Lucas Larson, the 17-year-old from Troy, Michigan. His first game in a Jets uniform, his first shot in a Jets uniform, his first goal in a Jets uniform. It's tied at 1 apiece.
Yeah, I believe he was from, De La Salle.
Lucas
played for
Larson
DeLaSalle, I
played
believe.
for the LaSalle Vipers,
LaSalle Vipers,
in the
okay.
Greater Ontario Junior Hockey League this season. Prior to that, was part of Victory Honda's U16 AAA program in the Tier 1 Elite Hockey League. And perhaps, Matt Naiman, a glimpse into the future. Lucas Larson, just 17 years old, out of Troy, Michigan.
Yeah, so if he does decide to stick around, it's looking like he very well may have a very bright future here on this Jets organization.
No doubt about it. First game in a Jets uniform, he put it top shelf. Lucas Larson, his first goal of the season from Aiden Sharon and Daniel Luska at 14:46. Backhand shot. It was knocked away as Preventure had an opportunity. Now Preventure picks the pocket of the 21 of Zach Rathbun with a shot. Save made by Ed Hardwick. Preventure trying to keep it in. So it's Lucas Larson, his first game in the Jets uniform, his first goal from Aiden Sharon and Daniel Luska at 14:46. Shot there was blocked by Chase Martin and now picked up by Daniel Luska. Luska now to Noah Baderka. They try to bring it out. That was the 24 of Ethan DeFore. Nice shot there of Chera. Sends it across. Peeves to Majewski, too far for him. Hornet grabs it, intercepted by Jackson Stone. Almost picked off. 3:45 to go here in the first period. 1-1 tie. Sutton Majewski had it knocked away by Thomas Eggleston. And it comes back to Daniel Luska. Feeds it up to Peeves, who sends it in on Hardwick. And Hardwick covers with 3:30 to go here in the first period. Hardwick coming over from the Ayr Sentinels in the Greater Ontario Junior Hockey League, where he spent 2 seasons with the Sentinels. In addition to that, Hardwick, also a former member of the Elmira Sugar Kings in the Greater Ontario Junior Hockey League. Previous to that, with the Rocky Mountain Rough Riders U18 AAA program, he was a former Thomas Worthington Cardinal and the Ohio High School Athletic Association. That's
some good pedigree right there.
I have shared the same ice with Mr. Hardwick back when I was a referee still in the Columbus area. So a little tidbit there for you. Skated a lot of Thomas Worthington Cardinal games in the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Well, I'll tell you what, Matt, you look at this game, we said this was going to be a good game. This was going to be a close game, and it's exactly that. We're tied 1-1. Shots on goal, I believe, are 10 apiece right now. I mean, you got a very, very even keel game right now. This is just going to be a great over. It's going to be, who trips first is who's going to win the game.
At one point, the Columbus Mavericks were out shooting the Jets 8-2. The Jets now out shooting the Mavericks 12-10.
Yeah.
As the Mavericks came out like a house of fire in the first part of this game, as Apchera with the glove, feeds it over to Isaac Bunk. Bunk now to Tyler Fleming. Fleming now to Lucas Larson. Over to A.J. Zaccani. Zaccani brings it in. Zaccani puts on the brace, looking for Larson. Decides to find and looks for and finds Aiden Sharon. Larson placed on this line with Zaccani and Sharon in the absence of Ryan Glomboski, who is not dressed today. McConaughey's shot was blocked. Great job there on the defensive side by Tyler Fleming. Boy with a shot, blockered away by Apchera. Larson sends it across, looking for Zaccani. He finds him after deflects off a skate. Sharon had it knocked away. And Sharon gets it back away from Timothy Boyd. Larson back to Sharon. Nice little stutter step. And it comes back over to Holbrook. As McConaughey will send it in. Picked up by Apchera. Apchera now to Chase Martin. Martin off the boards, gets in the neutral zone. Timothy Boyd sends it right back in. Apchera leaves it there for Jake Taylor. Taylor 2 assists away from 50 this season. As Outman and Boyd collide in the Maverick zone. Almost picked up by Evangelista and picked up by Matika. Jamison Matika, the former Batavia Notre Dame United New York High School hockey ranks leading scorer 2 of his last 3 years before coming to the Mavericks. 1 minute remaining here in period number 1. The extra pass there as Matika had a chance to shoot. as Upchera was converted. Shot there, saved by Upchera. And it's a goal. Upchera was back in towards the net and just crossed the line. And the Mavericks lead by a score of 2-1. And Vanchura's second goal of the game, his 14th of the season. For the 19-year-old from Praha, Czechia, it's 2-1 Mavericks. Upchera had the initial save, but he fell back into the behind the net and crossed. Even though he had the puck, Matt Damon, he crossed the goal line, which resulted in a goal for the Mavericks.
Yeah, that's just something. He fell forward, his skates came out from underneath him, and that's when the puck went in.
2-1 the score. Here comes Jackson Stone. Over to Sutton Majeski, over to Peevitz. Peevitz with a shot just wide. Majeski trying to bank it off the backside of Hartwick. Fleming driven to the boards by Carter Holbrook. It was John Sebastian Vanchura, second of the game, 14th of the season from Jameson Matika and Zach Rathbun at 19-15 to give the Mavericks a 2-1 lead. Isaac Bunt goes after it, less than 10 seconds left here in period number 1. Fleming fears the cross over to Jackson Stone to Peevitz. 1 second left. Stone, as the horn sounds, to end period number 1. Shots on goal in the first period. Columbus Mavericks with 14. MetroJets with 12. Both goals by Jan Sebastian Vanchura, his 13th and 14th of the season. While Lucas Larson counters for the MetroJets as the Mavericks lead 2-1 heading into the first period intermission. Our first appearance of the day by Mount Clemens Figure Skating Club on ice reporter Sarah Vassar is going to talk to the newest member of the MetroJets, just 17 years old, out of Troy, Michigan. Lucas Larson standing by with Sarah Vassar.
Thanks, Matt. So, Lucas, you are our newest member. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So, you have your first goal today during your first game. Can you walk us through what you saw that made that happen?
Yeah, AJ made a good play right here, and I kind of got a fast break to the net and just caught the goalie sleeping.
Well, it worked. So heading into the second period, what do you think that the team has to do to take the lead in this game?
I think just foot on the gas, a whole bunch of offense, lock up the defensive zone, and try and get a good score going in the third period.
All right, well, good luck with the rest of the game.
Thank you.
Back up to you guys on the flight deck.
Sarah, thank you so much, and it's good to see you again. It's been way, way, way too long. 23 days.
Yeah, have you missed us? Like, you
a
ditched
little bit.
us.
A little bit.
I didn't miss him at all,
I
Sarah.
missed you the most, Sarah, over Matt, just so you know.
Knew it.
Yeah. We'll take a short break, about 7-8 minutes or so. Come back for a first period recap and start the second period. A score at the end of 1. The Columbus Mavericks 2, the MetroJets 1. You're watching MetroJets hockey live exclusively on Black Bear TV. And welcome back to Mount Clemens Ice Arena. We're located approximately 30 minutes northeast of Motown, Detroit, in Mount Clemens, Michigan. Little Friday night USPHL Premier action, a pivotal Great Lakes Division matchup. The score at the end of one period of play, the Columbus Mavericks 2, the MetroJets 1. My name is Matt Preer, the voice of the MetroJets Hockey Club up high in the flight deck, soon to be rejoined by color analyst, Black Bear TV broadcast producer Matt Naiman. Tyler Naiman, as always, at the controls of the camera ball. Mount Clemens Figure Skating Club on ice reporter Sarah Vassar, back in search of her latest prey. As we jump into the National Coney Island first period recap, National Coney Island has been in business since 1965, over 60 years, and currently owns and operates over 20 restaurants here in southeastern Michigan. Corporate headquarters are located just down the road in Roseville. Home of the original location. Call 1-888-44-CONEY and order now. Shots on goal in the first period. The Columbus Mavericks with 14. The MetroJets with 12. And it was the Mavericks getting on the board just past the halfway point of the first period. Jan Sebastian Vanchura picking up his 13th goal of the season on the assist of Jamison Matika. That came at 10:55 to give the Mavericks a 1-0 lead. Then just under 4 minutes later, the MetroJets tied up. Lucas Larson, his first game in a MetroJets uniform. His first shot resulted in his first goal as a MetroJet. Larson is first from Aiden Sharon and Daniel Luska. That came at 14:46 to tie this game at 1. But then 45 seconds left in the first period. Jan Sebastian Vanchura picking up his second goal of the game, his 14th of the season, and the assist of Jamison Matika and Zach Rathbun. That came at 19:15 to give the Mavericks a 2-1 lead going into the second period. Several games going on in USPHL Premier play. 4:49 to go in the second period. The MetroJets development program, MJDP, up 2-1 over the Battle Creek Colonels. And about to get underway, the Chicago Crush host the Red River Spartans over at Summit Ice Center in Lockport, Illinois. A game of importance to the Columbus Mavericks as they are fighting the Spartans for the third seed in the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division. And the Spartans up 2-0 over the Crush. 5:24 and counting remaining in the first period.
Good for the Spartans. Wow.
The Mavericks don't want to see that, though.
No, the Mavericks do not.
They're fighting the Spartans for the third seed. And those are the games of importance with relevance to the Great Lakes Division. Of course, the MetroJets development program up 2-1 over the Battle Creek Colonels. Over to the rink BC, 4:30 and counting remaining. In the second period, Corey Anderson and Cameron Schaefer picking up the goals for MJDP. And, of course, earlier today, the MetroJets Elite program, 3-0 shutout victory. A huge win over the Fort Wayne Spaceman Elite.
Yeah, and that was one heck of a game. I was sitting here in the office, in Q's office here, watching that game. And Fort Wayne was trying like heck just to beat them. Just could not do it.
Brendan Dreisbach stopping all 28 shots he faced and picking up a key victory in the Jets as they're going to play the Fort Wayne Spacemen in the second round of the USPHL Elite Midwest Division playoffs. It's just a matter of who's going to get home ice advantage. With the Jets winning today, that is huge with those two teams meeting next Thursday right here at Mount Clemens Ice Arena in the Jets Elite home regular season finale.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about all season long with, your points matter, right? Regardless from the start, from day one of the season. But even now, for as tight as everything is, oh my gosh, every single point matters, whether it's OT, the OT win, straight up win, whatever the heck you can get, that's what you got to do. It's that tight right now.
Second period about to get underway. Both teams making their way out onto the ice. After today, both teams will play the Cincinnati Cyclones in their next game tomorrow night. Valentine's Day, February 14th, the Mavericks will host the Cincinnati Cyclones at Ohio Health Chiller Ice Rinks North in Lewis Center, Ohio. That is tomorrow night. Face off at 3:30 p.m. tomorrow. And then the Cyclones will go home and await the MetroJets on Sunday afternoon at Queen City Sportsplex in Cincinnati, Ohio. Cincinnati fighting the Fresh Coast Freeze, that final playoff spot in the Great Lakes Division. They'll host the Jets. A 2:10 p.m. face-off on Sunday. Incidentally, the Cyclones will be the regular season home finale for these MetroJets a week from today, Friday, February 20th. Jets and Cyclones, 2:45 p.m. face-off right here at MCIA. Second period about to get underway. The MetroJets, of course, the home team, wearing the patriotic white uniforms, blue shoulders, and red trim. They're skating left to right on your television screen with the Columbus Mavericks out of Lewis Center, Ohio. They are the road team wearing the green unis with a white-gray, blue and black trim. They are skating right to left on your Black Bear TV dial as Elliot Hartwick makes the save. Just underway, period number 2. Good crowd on hand here for a Friday night.
Yeah, it's nice to have these night games like this. We generally draw a pretty good crowd. We got a lot of the junior Jets in here watching you can say their big brothers and the guys they look up to playing a game of hockey.
No doubt, as Tyler Fleming misfired. Isaac Bunk bails him out. Feeds over to Sutton Majeski. Majeski's pass intercepted by Valentine over to Hornet. Dennis Hornet grabs the puck, sends it over to the corner. Brian McConaughey will go after it. Pressure by Isaac Bunk over to Giovanni Valentine. Valentine sidesteps Bunk, turns around, fires into the paraphernalia of Jacob Abchera, who hangs on with 19:11 to go here in period number 2. So for those that missed it in the Troy Oral Surgery pregame show, we have called Abchera's name by his given Slovakian name, Jakub Abcheka. During the USPHL Tampa showcase down at Advent Health Center Ice Arena, came up to me actually, and said he would like to go by his English-speaking name, which is Jacob Abchera. So we haven't said it. We have not said his name wrong. It's just we were saying it the Slovakian way, how you would pronounce it in his native country. He wants to go by his English-speaking name. No problem, right?
Yeah, we can accommodate that.
Yeah, for sure.
We just have to get used to it all over again.
So I want to go by my Quebecian name, Mathwa Priere, as I want to go by. Is that okay? Mathwa Priere. It's my Quebecian name.
You know, you forgot your crayons in the office there, Matt.
I did. You are Mathwa Nieman. Niemon. Mathwa Niemon. That is your Quebecian name. And it's kind of the same with our...
And you only had one coffee.
Right. It's kind of the same with Justin Kinville. You know, his Quebecian, his French-speaking name is Justin Kinville. His English-American name... Score! Tucker Kinnear just made it 3-1 for the Mavericks. Tucker Kinnear, the 19-year-old from Wattsburg, Pennsylvania, just scored his first goal in a Columbus Mavericks uniform. His 9th goal of the season, and the Mavericks with a 2-goal advantage over the MetroJets. They lead 3-1.
I guess you can look at this two ways. Is you got plenty of time left here in the second period. You still have the third period, obviously, to go. Only down 2. You know, the Jets can pour it on at any given time. But right now, this Columbus Mavericks team, they came out to play today.
They absolutely did, as Evan Cote now with the puck. Had it taken away by fellow 92 Tucker Kinnear. Kinnear, the leading scorer for the Elmira Impact before coming to the Mavericks. A very big addition to this Mavericks team. As he picked up his 9th goal of the season, first in a Mavericks uniform, from Thomas Ashley and Timothy Boyd at 2:07 to give the Mavericks a 3-1 lead. Joel Patterson goes after it. Patterson sidesteps the 4 of Thomas Ashley. Tries to get around Timothy Boyd. Feeds over Daniel Luska. Luska to Chase Martin. Martin sends it towards the net. Off the helmet of the 24 of Ethan DeFore. And here come the Mavericks back the other way. Tucker Kinnear will send it in. Bouncing puck on Abchera, who had to fight that one off. And the puck comes back into the Maverick zone, picked up by Ian Buswell. Buswell now to Alexander Brown. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Brown with a shot. Blockered away by Upchera. Comes back to Zach Rathbun. The 19-year-old from Boulder, Colorado. Over to the 13 of Ian Buswell. Buswell had knocked away by Evangelista. Comes back to Ben Marcourt. Marcourt sends it into the zone. Alexander Brown goes after. Pressured by Chase Martin. And a penalty coming. It's going to be on the Jets. So the Jets will go back and take it to the mat. Michigan athlete training penalty kill. Chase Martin will head to the box. 2-minute minor for holding will put the Mavericks on their second power play of the day. They're 0 for 1.
And this is a must-kill for these MetroJets to go down by 3. That's going to be a tough one with the way this Columbus Mavericks team's playing right now.
Key draw win there by Brian McConaughey. Kicks it over to Thomas Eggleston. Back to McConaughey, but was knocked away by the 9 of Isaac Bunk, who sends it all the way down. So Chase Martin, 2-minute minor for holding. And here come the Mavericks. Brian McConaughey will bring it in. Around Isaac Bunk, sends it across. Over to Rathbun, now back over to Valentine with a drive. Upchera with a save. And the puck knocked out into the Mavericks bench and out of play. Mavericks out shooting the Jets 5-1 in the second period, 19-13 overall.
Yeah, the Mavericks right now are just not giving the Jets any room. The moment they got that puck, they got someone on them. So the Jets are going to have to figure something out to get that open ice and maybe make those passes just a little bit quicker.
Sharon with a shot was blocked by Valentine. Giovanni Valentine feeds it out in front. Picked up by Tyler Fleming. Fleming feeds it across over to Isaac Bunk. Bunk spins away from Eggleston and sends it down to the Maverick zone. Picked up by Carter Holbrook. Holbrook now over to the 6 of Evan Singer. Singer back to McConaughey. McConaughey now gathers it up over to Singer. Too far for him. Tyler Fleming turns around, fires. So Connie grabs it. Knocked away by Evan Singer. Evan Singer also coming over from the Elmira Impact. 2 big pickups by the Mavericks. Tucker Kinnear, their leading scorer from the Elmira Impact. Evan Singer, the highest scoring defenseman on the Impact. He was 5th overall on the team in scoring. So 2 big pickups by the Columbus Mavericks. Here as we wind down to the next to the last weekend of the regular season before we start moving into the playoff mode. Fleming's shot was blocked by DeFore. Bunk now feeds it to Sharon. Sharon looking for Zaccani with a shot. Big save by Hartwick. Big stop by Elliot Hartwick. Here comes DeFore the other way. Ethan DeFore knocked away by Isaac Bunk. Bunk gets it out of the neutral zone. Noah Badurka grabs it. Pressured by Zavella. And what do we have?
Too many men?
Too many men on somebody. It's on the Mavericks.
Well, with just 4 seconds left in that power play, Jets are going to have themselves a brief power play, or not a brief power play, but a 1 minute and 56-second power play. So you could say it's pretty much a full power play right there.
So a 2-minute bench minor for too many men on the ice on the Columbus Mavericks. We'll skate 4-on-4 for 4 seconds, and then the Jets will go on what has become an extremely important MetroJets Foundation power play. End of 2 periods, by the way, in Battle Creek, Michigan. 2-2 tie.
Wow.
Between MJDP and the Battle Creek Colonels. So for the second time, the Mavericks power play ends early via a penalty of their own. And the third best power play unit in the USPHL Premier will go to work here in 4 seconds. Stone battles there with the 9 of Siglo. Kept in by Jay Taylor. Taylor to Luka Pivets. Now the Jets on the power play to Cote with a shot. Blocked by Zavella. Comes back to Jackson Stone over to Jake Taylor. Taylor back to Stone. Top of the faceoff circle. Cross ice pass to Luka Pivets. Pivets now. Top of the faceoff circle. Knocked away. Nice play by Zach Rathbun. And it comes back to Upchera. Jacob Upchera leaves it there for Jake Taylor. Taylor will skate through center ice. He'll bring it in. Surveying the land. Over to Lucas Larson. Larson to Jackson Stone. Stone to Luca Pevens with a shot. Blocked by Luke Fleming. Taylor grabs it. Off the pass on Pevens. Over to Jackson Stone. Top of the faceoff circle to Lucas Larson. Had it knocked away by Zavella. The fellow 17-year-old. But comes back over to Jake Taylor. Taylor now to Jackson Stone. Stone can't find an opening. He'll feed it back in the corner for Lucas Larson. Larson pressured by Zavella. Feeds it back to Jackson Stone. Over to Jake Taylor. Taylor with a shot. Save made by Hardwick through a screen. Comes back to Pevens. Pevens is Taylor with a shot into the paraphernalia of Elliot Hardwick, who hangs on with 13:04 to go here in period number 2.
Jets really moving that puck around there in that power play, but he's just standing tall. They're not getting very, very good looks. They're keeping him on the perimeter. They're not able to really get anything outside, and he's not inside, and he's not giving up any rebounds right now either.
Badurka key draw win there. Aiden Sharon back to Badurka. Second power play unit out. Badurka over to Daniel Luska. Luska feeds it across over for Sutton Majeski. Back to Luska. Luska wide open. Badurka with a shot. Blocked by Timothy Boyd and up and then netting it out of play with 12:47 to go here in period number 2. Face off to the right of goaltender Elliot Hartwick, 6'2", 187-pound goaltender from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Now resides in Worthington, Ohio. Luska now over to Majeski. Back to Luska. Luska with a shot over the top of the net. Comes back to Sharon. Sharon had it knocked away by Ashley. DeFord able to get it out. That should just about do it for the power play. Oh, Kinnear almost sent on a break. Nice preventive play by Luska. Here comes Badurka the other way. Badurka surrounded by a trio of Mavericks. Majeski with a shot off the blocker. And into the netting and out of play as the power play is over. Both teams back to full strength. Both teams 2-2 on their penalty kills.
Oh, and that's where those power play units and the power killing units that, it's pretty much your PK units right now are both doing a good job holding each other off.
Evangelista will take the draw against DeFore. And Evangelista kicked out for Jackson Stone. Stone trying to force it forward. Evangelista out of Pevens. Luca Pevens looking for Evangelista. Kept in. Nice play by Tyler Fleming. Over to Jackson Stone. Feeds it behind the net. Luca Pevens. Backhand pass knocked away by DeFore. Here comes Thomas Eggleston the other way. Eggleston will bring it in. Knocked away by Bunk. Gathers it back up. Sent over to the corner. Leads it for Ethan DeFore. DeFore now. Over for Singer. Shot was blocked. And now Evangelista is just able to get it out. Picked up by Tyler Fleming. Brings it right back in the neutral zone. Over for Jackson Stone. Stone now will bring it in. Stone with an off-angle shot off the right shoulder of Elliot Hardwick. And it comes back to Dennis Hornay. Hornay will bring it out. Knocks in the neutral zone. Tyler Fleming. Right back to Evangelista the other way. Picked up by Gabe Outman. Knocked off the puck by DeFore. DeFore trying to get it out. A little bit of help from Carter Holbrook. Holbrook feeds it across over the 92 of Tucker Kinnear. Right into the glove of Jacob Upchera, who nearly got picked off by Carter Holbrook. Taylor through the legs of Jaden Provencher. That could be icing, and it is. 11:02 to go. As Provencher and Singer discussing options to go to eat after the game. And Jaden Provencher's telling them the Golden Greek is closed after the game, so you can't go to the Golden Greek. And Singer didn't take too kindly to that.
No, we were able to get there before the game. So
yes, indeed.
We're good to go, and we got our coffee.
Thank you, Kathy Peacock,
yes.
Mom of backup goaltender Evan Peacock this evening. 11:02 to go here in period number 2. The Mavericks lead 3-1. 2 goals by Jan Sebastian Ventura, along with the third goal by Tucker Kinnear. Gabe Outman brings it in. Knocks Hornay into the ice. Hartwick's going to play it himself. Looking for Hornay. Over to Patterson trying to feed it Owen Coulter. And picked up by Brian McConaughey. McConaughey now to Giovanni Valentine. Knocked on the puck by Chase Martin. McConaughey goes after it. Lewis for Valentine. Knocked away. Broken stick on Valentine. Martin trying to feed it to Saccani. Too far for him. Negated the icing, though. That was key. And the puck comes back in the neutral zone. Sent right back in. And I is offside the call. 10:26 to go here in period number 2. You can tell when Matt McKinner's got the music going.
Yeah. You get a wide variety of music with McKinner.
Yes, indeed. Sharon wins that draw cleanly over the 12 of Ethan Alexander.
You'll go from some heavy metal rock and roll to ABBA real quick with McKinner.
And then from ABBA to George Strait.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Buck sent in Chera. Leader for Chase Martin off the boards to Lucas Larson. Larson got in the neutral zone. Larson with the lone Jets goal. Lucas Larson, the 17-year-old from Troy, Michigan, playing his first game in a Jets uniform. Has the puck now. Had it knocked away by Matika. Jamison Matika with a shot blocked by Chase Martin. Matika over to Alexander with a shot. He scored! Ethan Alexander, top shelf on Jacob Upchera. And the Mavericks lead 4-1. Alexander, the 19-year-old from Ilderton, Ontario, Canada.
Is that a first goal for him?
His first goal of the season. His first career goal in the USPHL Premier. And the Mavericks with a 3-goal lead at 4-1.
Yeah, right now these boys got a lot of work to do. Down 3, just 30 minutes of hockey left here.
Isaac Bunk will bring it in. The Jets find themselves in unfamiliar territory, trailing by 3 on home ice here at Mount Clemens Ice Arena. And for Upchera, that ties for most goals allowed in one game at 4. You got to go all the way back to October 17th against the Red River Spartans. Evangelista Badurka. Badurka leads it there for Isaac Bonk. Bonk with a shot. Goes wide. And now potential breakaway. Upchera going to come out and play it. He'll wrap it around the boards for Isaac Bonk. Bonk lost in his skates. Brown with a big hit. Comes back to Rathbun. Peevitz is there. 8:50 to go here in period number 2. The Columbus Mavericks up 4-1 over the MetroJets here at Mount Clemens Ice Arena. Ethan Alexander, his first career junior hockey goal from Jamison Matika at 10-12. Matika now with 3 assists today. Badurka checks his man the board. They battle along. Ben Marcourt goes down. Evangelista picks it up. Sidestep there by Dufour, and here come the Mavericks the other way. Ben Marcourt, long-range shot, gloved down by Upchera. Jay Taylor trying to catch him on a line change to Evangelista, who sends it in. Harwick's going to play it almost to the glove of Jackson Stone, and here comes Thomas Eggleston. Eggleston feeds it across. Sent in by Evan Singer. Upchera will play it for Provencher. Jaden Provencher to Joel Patterson. Patterson brings it in. Patterson trying to sidestep Hornet. Evan Cote grabs it, pressured by Evan Singer. Patterson right there as well. Picked up by Hornet. Up to Eggleston. Eggleston cross-ice pass. Too far for the 4. Tucker Kinnear grabs it. Fouls over fellow 92, Evan Cote. Picked up by Singer. Singer now over to DeFore. DeFore to Eggleston. Eggleston brings it in with a shot. Blocked there by Joel Patterson. Hornet grabs it at the point. Hornet sidesteps Majeski with a shot off the blocker of Upchera. Hornet with a shot into the glove and out of the glove. And now Joel Patterson just lobs it into the neutral zone. Jets go for a line change. Picked up by Dennis Hornet. Mavericks respond, changing the forward lines. Over to Carter Holbrook, pressured by Isaac Bunk. Bunk now with the puck. Wraps it around the boards, too far for Coulter, but gets down the neutral zone. Luke Fleming sends it in. Picked up by Gabe Altman, who kicks it trying to kick it out into the neutral zone. He does with a little bit of help of Sutton Majeski. Majeski sends it across. Wide open. Jackson Stowe. The shot. Blockered away by Elliott Hardwick. Comes back to Bunk. Bunk able to keep it in. Sends it over to the corner. Met there by the 28 of Luke Fleming. Pressure by Gabe Altman. Fleming comes out with it. Still pressure by Altman. Still pressure by by Coulter. And Isaac Bunk could not keep it in. 6:20 to go here in period number 2. Owen Coulter off the board looking for Altman. Knocked away by Luke Fleming. Comes back to Isaac Bunk. Bunk kept in by Brian McConaughey. McConaughey over to Zavella with a shot. Sticked away by Upchera. Valentine with a rebound over to Ashley. Ashley now to Zavella. Zavella back to Ashley. Couldn't keep it in. 5:50 to go here in period number 2. Comes back to Isaac Bunk. Bunk off the boards. Aiden Sharon. Sharon to Zakani. Zakani had it knocked away. Lucas Larson trying to keep it in. Couldn't do it. Isaac Bunk sends it right back in. Picked up by Hardwick. Hardwick now over to Timothy Boyd. Boyd off the boards for Ventura, who's got 2 of the Mavericks' 4 goals. Jake Taylor goes after it. Around the boards with Tyler Fleming. No relation to Luke Fleming and the Mavericks. Ventura now. He's already got 2 today. Over to Alexander now to Ashley. Ashley sending the crowd with Timothy Boyd. Boyd with a shot. Blocked by Zakani. And Larson sends it in. And a penalty coming to Zakani. 5:02 to go here in period number 2.
This game is not going in the Jets' favor right now. Just getting in penalty trouble. And the Mavericks just doing a good job getting in those passing lanes and putting the pressure on the Jets. And they're just not able to settle that puck down to make those crisp passes. They're forcing the plays and really causing havoc on the Jets right now.
So the Mavericks will go on their 3rd power play of the day. They are 0 for 2. As Zakani, one of the best penalty killers on this Jets team, in the penalty box. Zakani, a 2-minute minor for roughing.
Yeah, one of the better PK guys, and if you look at his stats, he's not your penalty guy either. He doesn't have very much in the way of penalties for the season.
Not at all. Mavericks to continue to apply the pressure. To your point, AJ Zakani, that's just his 13th and 14th penalty man of the season. The Mavericks out shooting the Jets 12-6 here in the 2nd period. Valentine went through almost everybody. Picked up there by the 12 of Ethan Alexander. Comes back to Valentine, had it knocked away. Comes back to Ethan DeFore. DeFore now to Ethan Zavella as the Ethans combine. Motika, Jamison Motika already has 3 assists today for the Mavericks. Play continues. Motika in his 6th game for the Mavericks already has 1 goal and 9 assists. 3 of those assists coming tonight from Motika.
Unbelievable.
One of those key pickups here late in the regular season for the Mavericks. Along with Tucker Kinnear, Evan Singer.
As the Jets able to kill off another penalty there.
Yes, they are. So they're 3 for 3 today. Zakani right out of the penalty box. Zakani brings it in. Feeds it across. Ventura with a shot and gloved down by Elliott Hardwick with 2:50 to go here in the 2nd period. We have the face-off. Preventure over to Sharon. Sharon knocked to the ice. Cote is right there and knocked away by the 14 of Alexander Brown. Brown sends it in. Sidesteps Preventure. But Jay Taylor able to bail out his defensive line mate. Zaccani battles there with Hornet. Siglo trying to get it out, but Evan Cote grabs it. To Sharon over to Zaccani. Nice awareness by Zaccani to not play that puck as it was played with a hand pass. 2:05 to go. Zaccani couldn't get control of it. Hardwick sends it up, picked up by Zaccani. Zaccani had it knocked away by Hornet. Zaccani grabs it back, trying to feed it out in front, picked off by Siglo. Tad Siglo, the former Motor City Gambler, had it knocked away by Jaden Preventure. Preventure now to Sharon. Sharon sidesteps the ref. And caught it by Brian McConaughey. 1:45 to go here in period number 2. Picked up by Chase Martin. Martin intercepted by McConaughey. Brian McConaughey with the puck. Over for the 28 of Luke Fleming. Fleming over to Zavell with a shot through a screen. Upchera makes a save. There's a shot there and glove down by Upchera. Bounce out of his glove. It's the second time that's happened to Upchera. The glove bouncing in and out of his glove. Fleming sends it over to the corner. Preventure goes after it. He'll wrap it around the boards. Kept in by Luke Fleming. Fleming sends it right back in the corner for Giovanni Valentine. Valentine kicks it over for Brian McConaughey. McConaughey over to the Holberg with a shot off the helmet of Chase Martin. 1 minute remaining here in period number 2. Peeves too far for Gabe Outman. Fleming trying to knock it away. Luke Fleming knocks Chase Martin to the ice. Preventure around the boards to Luca Peevitz. Peevitz now to Aiden Sharon. Sharon will bring it in. Surrounded by a trio of Mavericks. Over to Bederka. Knocked away by Ashley. Martin pinching in for the blue line. Giovanni Valentine takes it away and sent all the way down. Now off the races. DeFore is there. Bederka is there. Bederka knocks it away from DeFore. Here comes Bederka. Tipped in by Evangelista. Harwick steers it over for Timothy Boyd. Boyd not out. Kept in by Isaac Bunk with a shot. Joe's just wide. 10 seconds left here in period number 2. Marquardt battles there with Bederka. Comes back to Isaac Bunk. 4 seconds left. Bunk with a shot. Blocked. Stone trying to feed it out in front. So horn sounds to end period number 2. Shots on goal in the second period. Columbus with 12. 2-period total of 26. Well, the MetroJets with 7. 2-period total of 19. 2 more goals by the Columbus Mavericks. Tucker Kinnear is first as a Maverick. And Ethan Alexander, his first career junior hockey goal, has extended the Columbus Mavericks lead to 4-1 as we head into the second period intermission. DTS Drivetrain Specialist, second period interview. Mount Clemens Figure Skating Club, our nice reporter Sarah Vassar, standing by with one of the veterans of the MetroJets, Gabe Outman, who's with Sarah Vassar.
Thanks, Matt. So, Gabe, what do you think that your team has to do to get back into this game?
We're just making so many turnovers in the D zone and just giving them second chances on offense, and they're just capitalizing on it.
Do you think that the Mavericks are doing anything that you guys haven't seen before?
I haven't seen them play this good before, so, I mean, there's that.
All right, well, good luck with the rest of the game. Back up to you guys on the flight deck.
Sarah, thank you so much. We'll take a short break, about 7-8 minutes or so. Come back for a second period recap and start of the third period. The score at the end of 2 periods of play, the Columbus Mavericks 4, the MetroJets 1. You're watching MetroJets hockey live exclusively on Black Bear TV. And welcome back to Mount Clemens Ice Arena. We're located approximately 30 minutes northeast of Motown, Detroit, in Mount Clemens, Michigan. Some Friday night USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division hockey for you here tonight. And the score at the end of 2 periods to play, the Columbus Mavericks 4, the MetroJets 1. My name is Matt Preer, the voice of the MetroJets Hockey Club up high in the flight deck, alongside, soon to be rejoined, my color analyst, Black Bear TV broadcast producer, Matt Naiman. Tyler Naiman, as always, at the controls of the camera. My Mount Clemens Figure Skating Club on Ice reporter, Sarah Vassar, has found her latest prey. As we jump into the DTS Drivetrain Specialist second period recap. For over 40 years, DTS has been the place to go for hardcore drivetrain solutions, founded and run by performance enthusiasts like our good buddy Claude Plon Jr. DTS, the kind of place we're looking for but can never find. Located in Warren, Michigan, DTS, the place for all the high-performance parts, all the hardware knowledge required to make them work in hardcore applications. Go to drivetrainspecialist.com or call 1-800-521-0628 for more information. Shots on goal in the second period. The Columbus Mavericks with 12, 2-period total of 26. For the MetroJets with 7, 2-period total of 19. And the Columbus Mavericks with 2 more goals in that second period. Tucker Kinnear, his first goal in a Mavericks uniform, 9th goal of the season for the former Elmira Impact. Made it 3-1. And the assist of Thomas Ashley and Timothy Boyd that came at 2:07 to give the Mavericks a 3-1 lead. Then Ethan Alexander picks up his first career USPHL Premier goal on the assist from Jameson Matika, his 3rd assist of the game. That came at 10-12 in the second period, and that's where we're at, Matt Naiman. The Columbus Mavericks lead by a score of 4-1.
And we're going to find out here in just 2.5 minutes here on if the Jets are going to have an answer after this brief intermission here coming into the third. They have to come out swinging, and so far the pressure from this Columbus Mavericks team has not let up whatsoever.
We've said it all year long. This is a very different Columbus Mavericks team than what we have seen in years past. You can make the argument this is the best team they have ever put on the ice in their 7-year history of the franchise.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And just as you and I were talking in the intermission, they play like this against Toledo. Toledo's going to have their hands full.
Big home-and-home series next weekend for the Mavericks to wrap up the regular season against the Toledo Cherokee, as the Mavericks host the Cherokee 1 week from tonight, Friday, February 20th, the Ohio Health Ice House. They're downtown Columbus, down at the practice home of the Columbus Blue Jackets of the National Hockey League. 6:30 face-off down in downtown Columbus. And then on Saturday, February 21st, the Mavericks head to Team Toledo Ice House for the return match with the Cherokee, a place where they have won this year, a 7 o'clock face-off next Saturday night.
Yeah, that's going to be, with us, I guess you could say we're very neutral when it comes to the broadcast, right? But when it comes to the games like that, I'll tell you what, we are going to be Columbus Mavericks fans, those games. Because with the way this game's going right now, the Jets are going to need all the help they can get.
The biggest thing is, if the Mavericks go on to win this game, the MetroJets no longer control their own destiny in the chase for the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division Championship.
Yep.
That is huge. And for the Columbus Mavericks, they're kind of scoreboard watching, as the Red River Spartans are 4 points ahead of them, but the Mavericks have a game in hand. And right now, at Summit Ice Center,
I believe the Spartans the game is tied, or they
2-0.
were up 2. Yeah.
Still 2-0 over the Chicago Crush. 7:47 to go in the second. They're in Lockport, Illinois. Bryson Walls and Jake Hayward, the goal scorers for the Spartans. Here we go, third period. MetroJets, of course, are the home team, wearing the patriotic white uniforms, blue shoulders and red trim. They're skating right to left on your television screen. Or the Columbus Mavericks, who call Ohio Health Chiller Ice Rinks north in Lewis Center, Ohio, 15 minutes north of the Buckeye State capital city, Columbus. They are the road team, wearing the green uniforms, white, gray, and blue trim. They are skating left to right on your Black Bear TV dial. Whether it's your Android, your iPhone, your iPad, your laptop, your big screen TV, however and wherever you're watching us, including some parents in the crowd here tonight with earbuds in their ears listening in on the broadcast, we certainly appreciate you tuning in. The exclusive home of USPHL hockey, that of course is Black Bear TV. Evan Cote brings it in. The Mavericks lead 4-1. Earlier this year, as Carter Holbrook now with the puck. Chera steers out of side, gets the rebound, and Chera covers it with 18:51 to go. Earlier this year, Matt Naiman, go all the way back to October 3rd. The Columbus Mavericks won their first game in franchise history over these MetroJets by a 5-4 count down at Ohio Held Chiller Ice Rinks North. They are 1-2 against the Jets this season, looking to even up that season series. Earlier this year, we mentioned it as well. The Mavericks strolled up to Team Toledo Ice House in Toledo, Ohio, and defeated the Cherokee back in October. For anyone that doubts that the Columbus Mavericks aren't for real, we offer you Exhibit A.
Yeah, right here tonight.
Noah Baderka deflects it in, picked up by Luke Fleming. Fleming pressured there by A.J. Saccani. Takes a weird hop off the stanchion. Baderka trying to keep it in, but a hand pass being called with 18:10 to go here in the third period.
It's generally when we see games like this that it's the conditioning of the MetroJets that will push them through to a victory. And right now, you are not seeing any type of anything that the Mavericks are getting tired. They just keep pouring it on.
Face off to the left of goaltender Elliot Hartwick, who has been outstanding today. It's just his second game in a Mavericks uniform. Filling in for the injured Jonah Little. Sharon kicks it back over to Daniel Luska. Luska behind the net, pressured there by Ethan Alexander. Knocked away by the 20, Jan Sebastian Ventura, who's got 2 goals today. Matika with a shot, patted away by Upchera. A.J. Zaccani knocks it away from Alexander. Now he'll start up the ice. He'll send it in. Evangelista goes after it. Zaccani gets there just ahead of Boyd. And it comes back to Evangelista. Zaccani had to turn around and go after the puck. Knocked away by Boyd, and whistle blows. Puck deflected.
Evangelista lost his helmet.
There we go. Yep. Combination of that, and the puck actually did deflect up in the netting. 3:50 to go in the third period over the Rink BC in Battle Creek, Michigan. The Battle Creek Colonels have opened it up to a 4-2 lead over MJDP.
I'll tell you what, with the fan base that the Battle Creek Colonels get in their barn, and we've been there plenty of times, Matt, and we know it's a fun place to be. Win or lose for Battle Creek, it's just a fun place to be, a fun atmosphere at that barn. And I'll tell you what, that place has to be rocking right now.
2 quick goals within a span of 46 seconds broke a 2-2 tie. Arik Sebestio and Zach Wolf picking up the goals for the Colonels as Majeski shot off the face-off, goes into the glove of Hartwick. 17 minutes even remaining here in the third period. The next goal, Matt Naiman, so important.
Yeah. I mean, this is a must-have goal for the Jets. They got to have the next goal to even have a chance to get in this, and hopefully they can draw the penalty, get another one, but it's tough. Right now, time is not on their side.
4-1, the Mavericks lead. Keep in mind the Mavericks have won in this building, Mount Clemens Ice Arena. In the Detroit Showcase, there's a penalty coming.
There's kind of just what I was talking about right there. They got that penalty. Now they have to capitalize on this power play.
Thomas Eggleston. 2-minute minor for high sticking. Puts the Jets on the MetroJets Foundation power play for the third time. They're 0 for 2 today.
And Eggleston right now, that's a player that the Mavericks do not want in the box on a penalty kill.
No, one of their penalty killing specialists.
Yeah, that's one of the guys they want out there. So hopefully the Jets can capitalize on this and get within 2.
Noah Badurka taking an important draw and wins it cleanly. Back to Zaccani. A.J. Zaccani. Over to Jake Taylor. Taylor steps up. Misfired. Something you don't see very often from Taylor. Badurka able to keep it in. Back to Taylor. Over to Badurka. Badurka cross-ice pass. Over to Sutton Majeski. Majeski turns around. Fires through a screen. Save made by Hartwig through a screen. Picked up by Zaccani. Back over to Badurka. Badurka sidesteps Ben Marcourt. Sends it across. Picked up by Majeski. Majeski to Taylor. Top of the face-off circle with a shot. Blocked by Hornet. Comes back to Badurka. Badurka fires. Just wide. Carter Holbrook will wrap it around the boards. Taylor couldn't keep it in. Back over to Noah Badurka. Jets a partial line change. Badurka up to Majeski. Now to Jaden Provencher. Provencher will bring it in. Knocked away by Holbrook, but kicks it forward. Evan Singer backhanded, not out. Kept him by Jackson Stone. Over to Sutton Majeski. Majeski over to Jackson Stone with a shot. Save, rebounds. Zaccani trying to poke it through, but Hartwick able to cover with 15:28 to go here in the third period.
He's just doing a great job between the pipes there, and that's really, you can't even call that a rebound. I mean, it was there, it was right in front of him, but it wasn't like a wide open rebound where it came out a few feet out in front. It was just right there on the doorstep.
Stone wins the draw back to Provencher with a shot up high over the head of Hartwick. Picked up by Outman. Still 45 seconds left in this power play. Still plenty of time. Stone with the puck. Surveys over to Provencher. Cross ice over to Luka Pivets. Pivets now. Pivets at center ice. Fires. Scores! Luka Pivets on the MetroJets Foundation power play. And the Jets have life as Luka Pivets, the 19-year-old from Maribor, Slovenia, his 28th goal of the season, and the Jets trail by 2.
That's just exactly what we were talking about. That's just what they needed. So we need to, hopefully the Jets can capitalize on this momentum, keep it going.
Luka Pivets on the power play. That is his 8th power play goal of the season. Zaccani sends it up with a deflection in the netting and out of play. Big MetroJets Foundation power play goal. Luka Pivets, his 28th of the season, from Jaden Provencher and Jackson Stone at 4:53 to pull the Jets within 2. They trail 4-2. Zaccani to take the draw against Ethan DeFore. Wins it cleanly. Larson with a shot, and Hardwick had to gobble that one up with 14:56 to go. Face off to the right of Elliott Hardwick. Badurka pushes it forward. Was kicked away. Bunked out of Fleming. Fleming with a shot. Larson trying to deflect it across. Lucas Larson now. Pressured there by DeFore, knocks him to the ice. Zaccani is there, so is DeFore. As they battle along the boards. DeFore trying to dig out. Zaccani comes out with it. Had it knocked away. Larson grabs it. Larson feeds it back into the corner. Zaccani is there. A.J. Zaccani to Isaac Bunk with a shot. Was blocked by Tucker Kinnear. Badurka grabs it. Noah Badurka feeds it up to Tyler Fleming. Fleming over to Isaac Bunk. Bunk with a shot, doesn't get all the way through. The way your Jets are playing here in this third period, you see that they were still in the power play, at least for the time being. Kinnear with a break, knocked away. Great defensive play by Isaac Bunk.
Great stick work by Isaac Bunk.
Keeping in mind, the Jets are missing Jake Blum and Enric Fournier tonight. 2 stalwarts on that blue line. Now Jackson Stone's off to the races. Stone with a puck. Was pushed to the outside by Dennis Hornet. Still gets it back, knocked away by Singer. Big hit by Luka Pivets on Evan Singer. Picked up by Pivets. Pivets with a shot just wide. Puck to the cross, another stop save there by Hardwick.
That's one of the first real rebounds that he's given up like that, and the Jets had no one out front.
Provencher had it knocked away, and Majeski with a shot. Over to Valentine with a block. Another shot patted away by Hardwick. Comes back to Majeski. Over to Provencher, knocked away by Hornet. Luka Pivets grabs it. Feeds it back to Majeski. Off angle shot goes wide. Jackson Stone grabs it. Stone sends it back over to the corner. Majeski goes after it. Hornet is there. So is Luka Pivets. Knocked away there by Brian McConaughey. McConaughey to Holbrook. And knocked away in the neutral zone. Valentine with the puck behind the net. Giovanni Valentine's been held off the score sheet so far today. Majeski knocked to the ice by Holbrook. Picked up by Evan Cote. Cote off the skate of Majeski. Picked up by McConaughey. Will send it back in. Valentine grabs it. Sticks aside by Majeski. Up Cherub with a save on Valentine. Comes back to Jaden Provencher, who's been out there for a good 2 minutes now. Cote trying to dig it out. 4-2 to score. 12:30 to go here in the third period. Aiden Sharon had it knocked away by McConaughey. Majeski feeds it up too far for Cote. Ethan Zavella will send it in. Upchera will play it for Provencher, who is still out there. Jake Taylor over to Aiden Sharon. Sharon's got speed, fresh off the bench. Sidesteps Fleming, but Fleming able to knock the puck away. And comes back to Daniel Luska. Luska got it out, but Matika sends it right back in. Upchera plays it there for Chase Martin. Martin out to Evan Cote. Cote to Sandro Evangelista, who knocks it into the Maverick zone. Comes back to Matika. Matika now to the number 20, Jan Sebastian Vachera. Pickpocketed by Chase Martin. And Martin able to steer it away. And a penalty coming. It's on the Jets. Chase Martin head to the box for the second time today. 2-minute minor for tripping. We'll put the Mavericks back in the power play for the fourth time. They're 0 for 3. Final score from the rink BC in Battle Creek, Michigan. Battle Creek Colonels 5, MetroJets Development Program 3.
Wow.
And that's huge for the Colonels. Shot, scored! Ventura, his hat trick. Jan Sebastian Ventura. His third goal of the game, the hat trick, his 15th of the season, comes in the power play. And the Mavericks have got their 3-goal lead back. They lead 5-2. Big power play goal by Jan Sebastian Ventura, who scores the hat trick on the power play for the Mavericks.
Yeah, just when the Jets thought they had something going with that power play goal, the Mavericks come back and respond with one of their own, and now go back up with it to 3.
So Jets got to go to work again, but time's running out. 11:20 to go here in the third. Shot there deflected by Zavella, and now picked up by Alexander Brown, who scored his first goal. Taylor lost a wheel, and Brown couldn't get the shot off. Puck kept in though by Brown. Brown over to Siglo with a shot off the glove on the top of the net. And the net comes off the moorings with 10:57 to go here in the third period. Five goals is the most goals Jacob Upchera has allowed in any game this season.
And they've all, the goals that the
They've all
Mavericks
been
have
legit.
gotten, he just plainly got beat.
Jan Sebastian Ventura, his third goal of the game, the hat trick, his 15th of the season on the power play from Ethan Zavella and Ethan Alexander at 8:29 of the third period has given the Mavericks a 5-2 lead. Here comes Jake Taylor, trying to feed it up too far for Lucas Larson. Ashley knocks it away. Sharon grabs it, but McConaughey grabs it away from him. Now over to the 3 of Timothy Boyd. Lucas Larson grabs it. Pressured by a couple of Mavericks. McConaughey's one of them. Wraps it around the boards. Too far for Sharon. Carter Holbrook grabs it. Holbrook back to McConaughey. McConaughey getting back into the play. Brian McConaughey for Valentine behind the net. Pickpocketed by Daniel Luska. Luska now will bring it in. Daniel Luska over to Provencher. Unintentional otherwise. McConaughey picks his pocket. McConaughey over too far for Valentine. Picked up by Provencher as Singer falls, lost the wheel. Holbrook looking for Valentine, knocked away by Evan Cote. Cote behind the net to Daniel Luska. 9:50 to go here in the third period. Peevitz with a shot, long range into the glove of Elliot Hartwick, who hangs on. 9:44 to go here in the third period.
I mean, what do you say? I mean, you got to take your hats off to these Columbus Mavericks.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, we had said this isn't the same team that you guys have seen in the past, and we knew this was going to be a challenging game.
It has been. Jackson Stone to Bunk. Isaac Bunk back to Stone. Stone off the helmet of Alexander. He may have caught that just below the visor. He's heading right to the bench. Offside the call. As Alexander, he caught that just below the visor. Thankfully it was tipped. Otherwise, it would have been a lot worse than what it is.
Yeah, he's still getting checked out there, so hopefully it doesn't look like anything. He wasn't leaking or nothing, so they're still calling medical over, so there might be might be a little
trainer's going to head over. Dave Ross not with us tonight.
Yep.
$9:21 to go here in the third period. The Columbus Mavericks lead 5-2 over the MetroJets. They're out shooting the Jets 6-5 in this third period, 32-24 overall. Provencher to Jake Taylor. Taylor with a shot, blocked there by Dennis Hornet. Taylor feeds it to Majeski, bouncing puck, doesn't get all the way through. Zaccani grabs it. Knocked on the puck by Hornet, gathers it back up. Zaccani sending it across, looking for Majeski with a shot, save, rebound comes out, but Durga couldn't pull the trigger. Comes back to Zaccani. Zaccani bounces it off Hornet. Over to Majeski, now to Provencher. Provencher sidesteps, Kinnear steps up, fires just wide. Jay Taylor grabs it on the arrow side. Back over for Majeski. Sutton Majeski brings it in with a shot, save made. As Hartwick had the post covered. Baderka sidesteps the 6 of Evan Singer. Singer gathers it back up over Kinnear, knocked away by Majeski. Majeski over to Taylor. Taylor top of the faceoff circle to Majeski. Majeski backhand pass to Provencher's got room. Shot, save made by Hartwick. Rebound comes out. Baderka couldn't pull the trigger again. Comes back to Majeski. Over to Provencher. Provencher with a shot. Save. Rebound comes out. Zaccani with a backhand. And Hartwick makes the save. With 8:09 to go here in the third period. It's not for the lack of effort by the MetroJets. It's that the Columbus Mavericks have played outstanding tonight.
Yeah, the Jets at times have been able to have some real steady pressure in the zone, but they haven't been able to keep it up. They get that pressure, and they lose it, and all of a sudden, all the momentum goes to the Mavericks, and it's taken them too long to recover to gather that momentum back in the zone.
8 minutes remaining here in the third period. The Mavericks lead 5-2. 3-goal hat trick by Jan Sebastian Ventura, along with goals by Tucker Kinnear and Ethan Alexander. The Jets have countered with Lucas Larson and Luka Peevitz. Stone wins the draw. Evangelista wasn't expecting it. Outman to Evangelista, kicks it over to Stone. Wraps it around, Tyler Fleming goes after him, pinching him to the blue line. Ian Buswell will collect. Buswell to Alexander Brown. Brown backhands it into the Jet zone. Fleming goes after it. Icing, not good enough, far enough for icing. Picked up by Gabe Outman. Outman will bring it in. Off the boards to Evangelista. Evangelista sends it across. Over to Luska. Jets may have got away with one there on a bench minor. Bunk fires off the skate of Evangelista. Outman pressured there by Zavella. Evangelista battles there with Brown. And it comes back to Luke Fleming. Fleming kept in by Evangelista. But comes over Jake Taylor, able to keep it in. Taylor with a shot, blocked, and sent up in the netting and out of play. 6:50 to go here in the third period. Face off to the left of goaltender Elliot Hartwick. McConaughey won the draw. Tucked away by Larson. Nice pickpocket by Lucas Larson, who's been impressive in his first game with the MetroJets. Zaccani now grabs it. Over for Lusko. Lusko to Jake Taylor. Taylor with a shot deflected by Sharon, just wide. Valentine knocks it in. Taylor goes after it. 6:25 to go here in the third period. The Jets find themselves in unfamiliar territory, trailing 5-2 on home ice. Sharon with a shot, and Hardwick gobbles it up with 6:13 to go here in the third period. Matt Naiman, this is unfamiliar ground for the MetroJets here in Mount Clemens Ice Arena, trailing by 3, 6:13 to go in the third period.
All this is, it's almost like these boys didn't know what we knew coming into this game. I think they all got taken back on who they're playing right now.
Stone wins the draw. Knocked away by the 20 of Ventura, who's had a career night. 3-goal hat trick for Ventura. Hardwick lost it in the skate, but Boyd was able to help him out. Comes back to the 10 of Matika. Matika's had a great game. 3 assists today. Over to Ventura with a shot off the tip of the glove of Upchera. Alexander had it knocked away by Bunk. Now to Jackson Stone. Stone lobs it in. And wisely, Hartwick covers with 5:43 to go here in the third period.
Yeah, what more can you say about Hartwick right now? I mean, he's playing a stellar game for the Mavericks right now, and the Jets have only been able to get 2 past them, and they're just having one heck of a time even getting shots off to get to them.
The Jets are out shooting the Mavericks here in this third period, 10-7. Ventura into the glove of Daniel Luska. Knocked away by Alexander. Alexander trying for the wraparound. Comes back to Hornet. Hornet with a shot into the logo of Jacob Upchera, who hangs on with 5:20 to go here in the third period.
He's got it in there somewhere. He's looking for the puck.
It's in his paraphernalia.
There you go. He got it.
Time winding down. 5:20 to go. The Columbus Mavericks lead 5-2. And we talked about it before. The Mavericks have won here at Mount Clemens Ice Arena, but never against this MetroJets team. They have defeated the MetroJets development program here at MCIA, but not this Jets team. This is the 40th meeting all time between these two clubs. The Jets with a 38-1 record lifetime against the Mavericks.
We got a penalty coming up, and I believe that's going to be on the Jets, maybe?
Yep. Gabe Outman. 2-minute minor for hooking.
Well, that I can tell you, unless something shy of a miracle, this right here is pretty much going to seal the fate.
The Mavericks,
the
Mavericks 1 for 3 on the power play today. Jan Sebastian Ventura's power play goal has completed the hat trick for Ventura, the 19-year-old from Praha, Czechia, who's had a career game today. Sharon had it knocked away by Valentine. Holbrook lost it in the skates. Valentine garrots it back up. Over McConaughey to Holbrook. Holbrook trying to feed it up to the 15 of Eggleston. To McConaughey with a shot. Went behind Upchera. And was knocked away by Aiden Sharon. Time winding down.
Now Holbrook's taking it across the line, looking for a shot. That's deflected wide out of the zone into neutral ice. McConaughey's got it. McConaughey over the blue line, looking for somewhere to go, able to get it. They got it taken away and back out of the zone again.
Picked up there by the 24-4. Time winding out. 3:35 to go. Valentine fires, and Upchera makes the save with 3:30 to go here in period number 3. Update at Summit Ice Center in a game of interest to the Mavericks. 3-0 Spartans over to Chicago Crush.
Wow.
At the end of 2. Ventura trying to feed it over to Motika. Picked up by Alexander. Alexander back to Ventura. 3 goals today, 1 on the power play. Shot there is blocked by Tyler Fleming. Ten seconds left in the power play. 2:50 to go here in the third period. Time winding down on the MetroJets, who are in danger of losing for the first time to the Columbus Mavericks here at Mount Clemens Ice Arena. Delayed offside forces Alexander to tag back up. Here comes Jake Taylor. Taylor to Bunk. Bunk will send it in off the helmet of Luke Fleming. And the puck goes back down the Jets zone. Picked up by Jake Taylor. Taylor now. Off the boards. Zakani. Comes back to Astley. 2:05 to go. Picked up by Zakani with a shot. Off-angle shot that went wide. 2 minutes to go here in the third. Luska will grab it and play with a high stick. 1:50 to go. We mentioned it before, Matt Naiman. The Columbus Mavericks have won here at Mount Clemens Ice Arena in the Detroit Showcase and against the MetroJets development program. They have never defeated the MetroJets here at MCIA, and they are 1:45 of doing so for the very first time.
Yeah, they're about to make Columbus Maverick history right now.
They made it earlier this year, back in October, with their first ever victory over the Jets at Ohio Hell Chiller Ice Rinks North. Holbrook backhands it over from McConaughey. Jets get it out in the neutral zone, sticked away by Upchera. The MetroJets in unfamiliar territory. They'll lose their second consecutive game. They'll fall to 33-7-0-1. And most importantly, Matt Naiman, the MetroJets no longer control their own destiny.
Yeah, and
in the chase for the Great Lakes Division title.
Yeah, so now they're going to need the help of some other teams.
They're going to need the help of, ironically, the Columbus Mavericks.
The team that's going to beat them here in just 55 seconds.
The Columbus Mavericks extend their winning streak to 5 games. They'll climb to 30 wins, tied for most in franchise history. They go with 10 losses, no overtime losses, no shootout losses, 60 points, temporarily 2 points back in the Red River Spartans with a game in hand. The Spartans lead the Chicago Crush 3-0 going into the third period at Summit Ice Center.
But you want to know something? Good for them. It is great to see these teams developing, getting better. It makes the whole entire each division, for each team that does that, it makes it makes each game more challenging when you get these teams like this.
Timeout. Columbus Mavericks. The Mavericks have called a timeout with 43.4 seconds left here in the third period.
I would assume, 43 seconds left is going to be a very, very, very tall order, but you're probably going to see Jacob stay on the bench. With that icing, faceoff's going to be in the Columbus zone.
The Toledo Cherokee, we know are watching this game.
Oh, yeah.
They are huge Columbus Mavericks fans right now, but the Cherokee are going to have to face these Columbus Mavericks next weekend, a pivotal home-and-home series between those two clubs.
Yeah, and that, any of the Jets fans out there, they're going to be Columbus Mavericks fans when that happens. I'll tell you what. I mean, Columbus has to, they're going to be helping the Jets with the win. And
both these teams, their next game will be against the Cincinnati Cyclones.
Oh, they're keeping Jacob in.
The Mavericks will host the Cyclones tomorrow, Valentine's Day, Saturday, February 14th at Ohio Health Schiller Ice Rinks North. 3:30 face-off. And then Sunday afternoon, these MetroJets will travel down to Queen City Sportsplex to take on the Cyclones. 2:10 face-off. Taylor with the puck. Winner of the 2025-2026 Braden Lewis Memorial Award for dedication, perseverance, and spirit of the MetroJets. Dennis Hornet being sent off the ice. Not sure what that whistle was about.
I don't know. Alexi blew that whistle and waved him off the ice. I'm
25.9 seconds left. All three MetroJets teams played today. It was the Jets Elite, the only ones picking up a W today. MJDP lost the Battle Creek Colonels 5-2. 10 seconds left. And for the first time in Columbus Mavericks franchise history, they'll pick up a W here at Mount Clemens Ice Arena against the MetroJets. The horn sounds. Final score, Columbus Mavericks 5, MetroJets 2. Shots on goal in the third period. The Columbus Mavericks at 9, game total of 35, while the MetroJets with 12, game total of 31. Your SESpayroll.com, 3 stars of the game. As SESpayroll.com handles all your payroll taxes and compliance with speed and accuracy. They have the power play you need to save time, simplify your business, and get back to what you do best, growing your company. Get payroll done simply, reliably, and locally. Visit SESpayroll.com today. That's SESpayroll.com. Your 3 stars of the game. Number 3 star for the Columbus Mavericks with 3 assists. The number 10, Jamison Matika. Your number 2 star of the game, 31 shots, 29 saves for the Columbus Mavericks. Goaltender, number 31, Elliot Hartwick is your number 2 star of the game.
I mean, look at this. This one, you got
yes, you've got
all the players,
everybody from both teams,
and some coaches even.
Indeed.
That is awesome.
And your number 1 star of the game, the 3-goal hat trick for the Columbus Mavericks, number 20, Jan Sebastian Ventura is your SESpayroll.com player of the game. You got a funny feeling, Matt Naiman. I do anyways. You're going to see these two clubs at some point in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's exactly where that's heading. And, right now we're big Columbus Maverick fans right now. So the Columbus Mavericks are going to have the chance to help pave the way for the Jets, right? And so that's something we're going to have to keep an eye on. And you guys watching, you're going to have to keep an eye on that too.
So once again, your SESpayroll.com, 3 stars of the game. Jamison Matika, your number 3 star. Elliot Hartwick, your number 2 star. And Jan Sebastian Ventura, number 1 star of the game. John Sebastian Ventura, your SESPayroll.com player of the game. Final score, Columbus Mavericks 5, MetroJets 2. The Mavericks will now go home for 3 games. Starting this Saturday, tomorrow, Valentine's Day, Saturday, February 14th, with the Cincinnati Cyclones 3:30 face-off. They'll play the Battle Creek Colonels on a special President's Day Monday afternoon game, 1 o'clock face-off. That is on Monday, February 16th. And then the series we've been talking about, Matt Naiman, the home-and-home series to wrap up the regular season. The Mavericks host the Toledo Cherokee at the Ohio Health Ice House in downtown Columbus, Ohio. The practice home of the Columbus Blue Jackets. 6:30 face-off a week from today, Friday, February 20th. And then head to Team Toledo Ice House on Saturday, February 21st, 7 o'clock face-off. For the MetroJets, they'll try to regroup, snap out of this 2-game losing streak. They'll head to Queen City Sportsplex this Sunday, February 15th, a 2:10 face-off with the Cincinnati Cyclones before returning home for the final regular season game here at MCIA against the Cyclones here on Friday, February 20th, a 2:45 face-off. And then the Jets wrap up the regular season at Griff's Ice House West in Holland, Michigan on Saturday, February 21st at 12:30 face-off. Our next home games here at Mount Clemens Ice Arena will be a twin bill on Thursday afternoon, February 19th. The MetroJets Elite will play the Fort Wayne Spaceman Elite. Troy Oral Surgery pregame show at 11:30 a.m., face-off at high noon, 12 p.m. And then immediately following that game, Troy Oral Surgery pregame show followed by face-off 15 minutes after warm-ups. The MetroJets development program will play the Fort Wayne Spacemen. Our final home games of the regular season here at MCIA will be on Friday, February 20th. The MetroJets development program will play the Fresh Coast Freeze. Troy Oral Surgery pregame show at 11:45 a.m., face-off at 12:15, followed immediately by the MetroJets, who will play the Cincinnati Cyclones. Well, I was going to ask your final thoughts, Matt Naiman, but you took your headset off and you're crying. No, I'm kidding. Matt Naiman,
Okay, I'm back.
Final thoughts.
Well, I mean, this was just something the Mavericks came to play. It's as simple as that. The Jets had spurts of offense, but they weren't able to hold it. And, they got the one power play goal and the other one there, and it just it wasn't enough for the pressure that the Mavericks were able to put on. And that's just, again, that's besides Toledo, that's really this is a game that the Jets just really, like you said, unfamiliar territory. You got a team that's just pouring it on, and generally they get a team that can do that, but then the Jets can outlast them with the stamina and with the training that they have here. Mavericks just they just kept it going, and there was nothing they could do.
The Columbus Mavericks tie a franchise record for most wins in a regular season with their 30th win of the season to go with 10 losses, no overtime losses, no shootout losses, now at 60 points. 2 points back of the Red River Spartans, who lead the Chicago Crush 3-0. The MetroJets, unfamiliar territory, 2-game losing streak. They fall to 33-7, 0-1, still 67 points. 4 points back of the Toledo Cherokee with 1 game in hand, but as we talked about it before, the Jets no longer control their own fate in the chase for the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division title.
Yeah, unfortunately, they were in this position last year, but it's just something that as the organization, as long as I've been here, is my 8th year, something you don't see from the Jets very often. Generally, they're just a dominant force to be reckoned with in the hockey world.
On behalf of all of us, the MetroJets Hockey Club, for Pete Kamick, Justin Kinville, Jamie Lovell, Jake Howie, Danny Vanderweel, Randy Wilson, as well as Mike Sutt, Joe Muller, Paulie Sheridan, Matt McKinder, all our volunteer staff here at Mount Clemens Ice Arena. For Tyler Naiman, our cameraman, for the lovely and formidable Mount Clemens Figure Skating Club on ice reporter Sarah Vassar, and for my partner in crime, Matt Naiman. My name is Matt Preer, the voice of the MetroJets, saying goodnight from Mount Clemens Ice Arena. Final score, Columbus Mavericks 5, MetroJets 2. You've been watching MetroJets Hockey live exclusively on Black Bear TV. Good night, everybody.